Cannot hear you. Gotta turn your mics on.
Our mics are on. Hello.
There you are.
There we are. All right, there we go. With that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4.
Thank you, LeBron. No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83.
Wow.
And now, live on YouTube.
We'll do it live. It. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Do it. Do it. That's right. Thank you, Bill. Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say it again.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
Say it again.
Kevin.
That's right. And we are indeed the odd couple on this trash talking Tuesday here at the Super Bowl. It's Radio Row in San Francisco. That's right. And you'll need our number. You know why? Because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet.
Ben Maller.
At least when people are still awake. Sorry about
That's the only time
that.
it counts. That's the only time. How is it going to count if they're sleeping? Doesn't make any sense.
Sorry about that, Ben. No doubt about it. Write it down and commit it to memory. 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there, it's 877-996-6369.
It's not trigonometry.
That's right. And if you hear feedback on the line, guess what?
What's that?
Your own fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And if you're calling here and you have an issue with what we say to you, guess what? That's right. Guess what?
I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem, turn off your station.
That's right. And with all of that said, always remember.
The Odd Couple was filmed in front of a live audience.
Sweetie Beanie. Coming to you live from downtown San Francisco,
Yay.
Super Bowl week. Yeah.
Yay.
That's right. Let's
Yay.
go. Big show. Let me
Yay.
welcome in my co-host. He is
Kelvin.
Washington.
Man, day 2, downtown San Francisco here, Radio
Number 2.
Row. That's number 2. Feeling good. And today, you tell me if you feel the same way. The buzz is bigger. You know, Monday, a lot of people aren't here yet. Tuesday, folks are starting to come in. Obviously, as the week goes along, it'll be even more packed. So today, day 2, feels good. We got a bunch of people here, excited. We got some nice guests going to be on the show. So I'm feeling good, man. And we had a nice party to go to later.
Can't
we got
wait.
Dinner to go to later.
Alex.
Fox
We're going
Sports
to
Radio in them streets.
Yes, Alex. We're going to the
Let's hear
the
this.
Brazilian Steakhouse
What's the name
tonight.
of it?
I don't know the name of it. I
Fogo
can't
de
pronounce
Chao.
it.
Fogo
What
de
is it?
Chao. Everybody knows Fogo de Chao.
It's Cut the Cow. What is it called?
Well,
Oh,
they're going to be
gosh.
cutting a lot of cows, too. My gosh. And by the way, Alex, just to keep Rob honest here, you know this is the last week before he goes on his lose weight mission.
Oh, wow.
The bounce people are back. They brought the wings again, and they know him by name.
That's right. Alex, I had 3 cartons today.
Did you hear it? 3? By the
3?
way, it's 5 or
Yes.
6 in each cart. It's not like it's 3. It's like only gives you 2.
And I didn't want to go overboard this time because I'm just figuring we got the big dinner tonight
Yeah.
at the Brazilian Steakhouse, and there's not a couple of lamb chops with my name on it.
Oh, yeah.
And Alex, remember, those cows, they don't get married, they don't go to college.
Stop it.
They don't get a mortgage.
Stop it.
So
Anything else?
Rob.
What
I'm
else
just
don't they do?
Stop it.
I tell
Big
you what, they
grade.
didn't stand a chance last night either. We went out and had a nice dinner last night as well.
Alex, I don't know if you saw the picture. We were a little cramped in the restaurant.
Yeah.
I
Just
think
a
we were
little?
sitting at the black table.
Yeah, well, we were a table full of minorities.
Yes.
We were. But
That's
the
gotta
food
be
was,
racist.
Hey, the food was great.
It really
Shout out to
was.
my food partner, Sagar. We swapped up a little bit. I gave him some shrimps. He gave me some lamb chop.
Now, how come y'all don't make a big deal? They swap food. When me and Rob G swapped food, it was in World War
Because you
III.
asked for his buttered buns, and he fed you a pancake. Can you not see the difference? I handed him. He took a shrimp and some steak. I took a lamb chop.
I don't care what he calls it. I'm just saying.
And the first thing we do, Alex, we sent out Rob's already. Hey, can you bring some bread? He did good. He learned his lesson. He said bread. He
I
didn't want
said
to say
bread, no
buns.
buns. I wanted bread last night. But, yes. All right, hey, we got a big show. Let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew. We wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without him. Of course, Rob G here in San Francisco with us.
Mexican.
Where
That's
is he at?
right.
Around here somewhere, grinding.
Alex, our engineer.
Alex, you're a hidden talent.
That's right. Manning things back in Sherman Oaks, California. We wouldn't be able to do this radio show without him, of course. Steve DeSager is at the anchor desk. He'll keep us updated throughout the program. And, of course, our social media guru.
Who?
Elijah.
Never heard of
Never heard of him.
That's right. And Sagar, both working like crazy.
Come on, Alex, turn the volume down. It's so loud when you do that. People are looking at us like we're crazy.
I'm sorry, I heard Sagar.
Oh, my God.
Yes, indeed.
Thank God Rob G's not sitting next to it doing his dance, though.
So we got all of that. And I do want to say, have you ever wiped up with a piece of dry toilet paper and wonder, is this as good as it gets?
No,
It's not.
No.
Switch to the life-changing wet extra large flushable dude wipes because wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and major retailers nationwide. Dude wipes. Best clean, pants down. And yes, the hierarchy at Fox Sports Radio got to hear the dude wipes like a lady, Alex, and it is a big hit.
They liked it?
No, all jokes aside, everybody, I mean, from the top on down is here.
Julie, Don,
And,
Scott,
Don
everybody.
said, let me tell you something. Now, let me tell you, Rob, you're crazy, man. I had to listen to that about 5-6 times.
That's like a lady.
Oh, gosh. No,
Dude
now we
was
got
like
to beat
a
on
lady.
Rick. They're over here singing and dancing to it. No.
Dude was like a lady.
Thank you, Danny G.
Dude was like a lady. Look at you.
Oh, my gosh. Dude.
Oh, no.
Then you have, at this point, you have to become the spokesperson from Dude Wipes. Singularly you. Monty said him, she walks up to him and said, hey, guys, where's the restrooms? Rob, I know you have to know as much as you've been eating. You had to go to restaurants. And then I said, I guess you know he was using the Dude Wipes. All right, let's get to it because Rob G is somewhere working, and we got to hide because he's going to be mad we haven't started.
All right, let's get to it. And today we woke up to the news again that another Patriot top brass man, the boss man himself, Robert Kraft, did not get enough votes to get into the Hall of Fame. We saw it earlier with Bill Belichick. Robert Kraft's been trying for 13 years.
Yeah.
Like, he's 84 or 5 years old. You know, the clock is ticking. Let's just keep it real.
84 years old.
Right.
So, I mean, you're right. It's not even being funny. He's 84, and for him, I would imagine, what more do I need to do? You know, I imagine in his mind, right? I've done everything. We've won all the rings. And at some point, I should be selected. But again, like you mentioned, not the case. Not him nor Bill Belichick this year.
No. And Kelvin, you know, I am of the belief that this is a pattern officially. Because it could have been everybody had the idea that that Robert Kraft engineered this so that Bill Belichick didn't get in. You remember? He's the one who put together the documentary that kind of belittled Bill's input on it and had it focus more on Tom Brady and other stuff and not Bill Belichick, so that he was kind of like Bill Polian working the back rooms. Let's keep Bill out. And then he doesn't get in as well. And now I'm looking at this as a pattern because you look at the Patriots and this team and a lot of guys on it. Nobody's in from this team. The owner's now not in the Hall of Fame. The coach that everybody thought would get in with no problems not in. And now I think the voters of the Hall of Fame have to keep it consistent and not vote for Tom Brady. It's got to be a hat trick. You got owner not getting in, you got coach not getting in, and now Tom Brady should also have to face the same wrath. And I think there's a good chance of it. I know a lot of people say, oh, well, that's different from Brady because he went to Tampa Bay and won. But if you're going to punish what went on in the cheating, and that's what this is, it's got to be. Do you consider this punishment?
It has to be.
It has to be. What else could it be?
There is no person who should be more sure first ballot than you would think Bill Belichick.
And even the owner.
Right? But at least you could say, maybe. I'm trying to find a hypothetical where you could say, well, he's an owner. He wasn't out there. At least Bill was obviously the one coming up the game.
But I'm saying he's been out there for 13 years. Okay.
And, so listen. Let's put it like this. There's no owner that can ever get in if he can't, based on the metrics. There's no coach that would ever get in if Bill Belichick doesn't get based off a metric. And then you would imagine in 2 years, 2028, Tom Brady. Because check this out. Robert Kraft has to look them and say, we've had 11 championships since I've been the owner. We've had 3 different regimes of head coach and quarterback.
Right.
That
You mean that got to the Super Bowl.
That got to the Super Bowl.
Right.
So
he's the constant denominator.
He will be the common denominator. So you would what more does an owner need to do to get in? I got 11 rings on my watch. And it's not like I'm owner for 70 years.
You mean AFC rings? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and then you have AFC Super Bowl appearances. I'm sorry, Super Bowl appearances. Let me be clear before they start trying to chop me down. Super Bowl appearances, and then you have a coach who has so many, and now you got Tom Brady in 2 years. So this has to become, to your point, where it's going to be institutionalized, where they're saying we don't buy. We think they're either going to say we'll vote you in, but not first ballot, so that you can have a blemish when you go into Canton. And there's the blemish, or they're going to have to say never. I don't think it's going to be the latter. I think it's going to be the middle. I think they're going to say, you know what? We can't sit up here and rest on our laurels for too long. We can't look people in the eye and say, I kept Bill Belichick out. I kept Tom Brady out permanently. But what I can say is I believe you cheated, and there has to be a penance for it, and I'm going to put a blemish on you, and that's what we're dealing with. They're saying, y'all not going in first ballot perfectly. You cheated the system. You cheated the game 2 to 3 times. Here's a mark.
Yeah, but mission accomplished, and that's what I'm saying, is the blemish that you're talking about. When you write those obituaries and those stories about them long term, it is going to be that Bill Belichick, who won 8 Super Bowls, 6 as a coach with the Patriots, but was barred from the Hall of Fame on his first try, that has sparked a controversy, so there will be a little bit of that, right? That's a part of his story now.
You know what it did, Rob? Because you've been covering this league since 1987, and I've been covering this league now for 21 years. I've been in this business. There's someone a little younger than me who kind of can't. I remember something about.
Now you know about it,
and now they're like, "Oh, I thought Bill would have been a shoo-in. I thought Robert Kraft."
Let me read about this.
Now they're reading about it. Now they're seeing, and now they have for their own self to go, man. What is the level of cheating that I'm comfortable with, or I think it's just, gamesmanship? And I think that's what now the big thing is just done. It's kind of recreated or resurfaced, I should say, the stories and the narratives that I think they were hoping were dead. They were hoping everybody forgot because they had won Super Bowls post then, so they were thinking maybe everyone forgot about that. But now it's resurfaced, and now people are really considering. How many conversations have we had? Some people get it. Anonymous coaches have come out. Hey, they cheated the game. I'm not saying they shouldn't get in eventually, but they did cheat the game. Others are saying, are you crazy? It's the greatest coach ever. That's the greatest quarterback ever. And now are they going to keep the same smoke for Tom Brady in 2 years? That's going to be an interesting thing to watch, Rob.
No doubt. 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Is this a clear pattern, a carryover? Will this affect Tom Brady? Is there a clear pattern here? No Robert Kraft today, we find out. No Bill Belichick. And we're talking about his first, getting into the Hall of Fame. Obviously, Robert Kraft has been trying forever.
Live read.
And now, of course, Bill Belichick. Will this affect Tom Brady? Should he be in there? Should there be a hat trick on the Patriots and punish all of them? And like Kelvin said, tarnish their record a little bit.
I think that's what they're doing. Tom Brady is the only one I think that people will maybe turn a blind eye.
I think that he will not be able to escape this. It looks like this is a pattern. 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. It is the Odd Couple on a Trash Talking Tuesday here in San Francisco. Radio Row, Super Bowl week. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, and yes, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
Especially if you're curious where Rob G ended up in the US of A.
Yeah, Rob G, he's back now. Are you facing hiring headaches? Well, staffing your business is complex. High turnover, skills gaps, and ever-changing regulations can slow growth and drain resources, and that is where Express Employment Professionals comes in. With decades of staffing expertise, Express connects you to a larger pool of qualified candidates, helping you reduce turnover and build the right-sized workforce. Get started at expresspros.com. Need to flex your staff for peak seasons or special projects? Express Employment Employment Professionals offer contract staffing so you can scale up or down with ease, preventing burnout and boosting productivity. So worried about compliance? Express stays on top of ever-changing employment laws. Express is recognized for excellence, earning clearly rated Best of Staffing Client and Talent Awards, plus the Diamond Award for Client Satisfaction. So don't let hiring challenges hold your business back. Visit expresspros.com to find your local office and discover how Express Employment Professionals can help you hire smarter and faster. If hiring is taking you away from growing your business, get the support you need from Express. Don't spend your time weeding through spam online applicants. No, hire faster with Express. Express Employment Professionals, building your workforce, supporting your success.
Bill Belichick, what is 8-time Super Bowl champion coach?
So you're giving all the details.
Did not, N-O-T, get voted in the first ballot for his first year for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, falling short of the 40 of the 50 votes he needed to get in on the first ballot. We got conflicting reports, though, coming out. We have ESPN on one, Sports Illustrated on another. ESPN reported that Bill Polian, former Colts exec, was one of the guys pounding the table saying, no, between Spygate, between Deflategate, we cannot reward that kind of behavior. He's going to have to wait at least 1 year before we vote in Bill Belichick for the Hall of Fame. SI has reported since then, in the last 30 minutes, that they've spoken to Polian directly. He says that's, quote, totally and categorically untrue. I voted for him. So I don't know who it was in that meeting room that said, no, we're not going to have it.
But there's a lot of votes. He didn't get 40 out of it.
Bill Belichick, N-O-T, in the HOF.
And I think this is spot on. And I want to keep it on Belichick, but I believe that this should happen to Brady as well. Kelvin, you can't do it. You can't go Bonds and Clemens can't get in. They cheated. And then you're looking at Bill Belichick, and you're going to give him an excuse. He was suspended, fined by the league. Remember, the largest fine in the history of the NFL for a coach. And don't forget the last thing was 2019 when they got busted in Cincinnati. You remember? And people were like, well, they always beat the Bengals. Why would he be cheating? Remember, they had a new coach at that time, and he didn't have the signals. So he sent a camera crew to Cincinnati to get him, and they got busted. I believe this is right. Congrats to the football writers who did not reward this guy who's cheated. I don't think he should get in at all. Forget about first ballot, second ballot, third ballot. I don't believe he should get in because he did cheat.
Well, that's where I want to take this, because to me, if you look at it almost from a legal standpoint, what's the precedent they're setting? Are they setting that, hey, when you talk about somebody in the Hall of Fame, you go, if I say Barry Sanders, you say Hall of Fame running back. You don't say first ballot, second ballot, barely got in ballot. You just say Hall of Famer.
To me, either you're a Hall of Famer or you're
and
not.
That's where I'm going with this. So I'm wondering, is this just enough for them to say, well, we know you're going to get in, but dang it, you're not going in first ballot? Or are they trying to make a loud statement and say, you're not getting in?
But here's the thing.
That's what I find interesting in this, because
only because Kraft didn't get in. I think that because you look at it and go, Kraft wasn't coaching, Kraft wasn't getting the signals. You can make a case for Kraft that he's just the owner of the team.
Right, but I think the part with that would be you're orchestrating this, right? Because the buck always has to stop with somebody, right? If you and I are acting crazy on the team,
so you're saying
what do we say?
You're going to take the owner out and then let Belichick get in?
No, that's what I'm saying. I wonder if this is a loud message saying, we know you're great. That's not deniable in the lexicon of conversation. But in the Hall of Fame, we're not going to vote you in. And I was talking to Rob G, same thing you mentioned. Barry Bonds, everybody knows he's great.
He's one of the
Everybody
greatest
knows
we've
Roger
ever
Clemens
seen.
is great. We know that.
Yes.
But based off principle, whether you agree or not, the voters aren't going to let you in. And with this, it was interesting. Now, the other side of this, to the trifecta, if you will, the three-headed monster, is Tom Brady. Because Tom Brady is in bed with the NFL, heavy. See, Bill Belichick, NFL kind of didn't want him. He got upset. I'm going to go coach college.
I'm going to push back just a little bit.
Yeah.
The writers have nothing to do with the league.
True. I agree.
So the writers are the ones who vote, And it's just like with baseball. Like, it's not baseball. Like, they don't control the voters as a Hall of Fame voter.
I just wonder if Tom Brady will get the if you were to look at it and you said, all right, if I had to vote for one of these, because obviously that run of 20-plus years, I has to be represented in NFL. If I had to pick for one, I'm going to at least vote for the guy who did it on the field.
But here's why.
And I do wonder if maybe he'll get it. But this is a loud indictment because Robert Kraft,
but you're tarnished. I'm telling you, what they've done to Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
You won 6 Super Bowls. You're not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Because if he's not, then who is?
Nobody is.
Exactly. Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin, Washington on the Trash Talking Tuesday live Radio Row, San Francisco Super Bowl coming up in a handful of days. Excited about that. Make sure you check out the YouTube channel. That's right. Even though we're on the road, Elijah and Sagar still got us up looking pretty on YouTube. Just search Odd Couple. Just search Odd Couple FSR. Go search it, find it, like it, share it, subscribe, all that good stuff. Rob G sitting next to us. He'll get some comments from the Odd Mob throughout the show. Ephraim Salaam coming up in about 5 or 6 minutes. Looking forward to that as well. Right now, Rob, what's that? What are you about to say?
So look at this thing here. I just saw this on there. We haven't listened to it yet, but Tom Brady officially concerned. You know what I mean? Like, look at this. This is he interviewed with Colin today.
Is that real? Make sure it's real. You know how people.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Making sure. You know, ain't no AI going on up there in these streets.
But it's just interesting. This is what we're talking about.
I mean, should he be concerned? The pattern says he should. 877-99 on Fox. We're talking about Robert Kraft not getting in again into the Hall of Fame.
I'm saying they should do the hat trick, and Tom Brady shouldn't get in as well. It should be all three of them. If you're going to punish the first two, you should punish Tom Brady as well.
Tom Brady is going to get in because 2 years of scrutiny will have happened by now, and because someone's going to say, well, he played. He did it between the lines. He played the game, and enough of the 40 votes needed will happen to make it. But I ain't going to lie. Like you just said, I would be concerned if I'm TB12. All right, who we got? 877-99 on Fox. Rob, let's take some calls.
Let's start in Boston with John. John, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, John?
Good evening, fellas. Always enjoyed the conversation with you two.
Thank you.
Outstanding. The thing is with Tom Brady, there's a few things. I think he's going to get in his first year of eligibility because he'll be just an up or down vote, unlike Belichick and Kraft, who were part of this 5-man group that they could vote for 3 and they needed 40 votes. So it was a lot, very convoluted how this happened. It almost felt like if you put 3 actors, a screenwriter, and a cinematographer in the same category for the Oscars,
John, let me
make any sense.
Okay, let me hold on. Let me push back on this, okay?
Sure.
Because I hear your point, and I don't like the way that they do the voting. As a baseball Hall of Famer,
make sure we highlight that.
Okay,
the
I
average
do.
person doesn't
I understand
get
that. Okay, so John, I get it. 3, you got to pick 3 out of 5, and I hear you. But if those guys are warranted, Bill Belichick won 8 championships, 6 as a coach with the Patriots. I don't care who else is on the list. You went out of your way not to vote for him. Can you admit that, John?
I can admit that, although I think a lot of the voters, and I know a few of them, will often talk about players before coaches, coaches before contributors, contributors before owners. So maybe they just felt that they need to get Ken Anderson or L.C. Greenwood.
I don't know how you could pick anybody over a guy who won 8.
Bill's the only. I get the Robert Kraft from time to time. I can understand that, and maybe splitting the votes. But Bill Belichick. I mean, if there's no greater shoe-in, you would have thought, if I
that's
told
what
you
I'm
2
saying,
weeks
right?
ago,
Okay.
than Bill Belichick. Just like equally how you feel about Tom Brady, right? There's no greater shoe-in in the Hall of Fame than the most winning player in Tom Brady.
All right.
Just a couple of, if I can have a couple
Real quick. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, Belichick 88 and 111 without Brady, and Brady's the ultimate politician. When Belichick got let go by the Patriots, he started bashing the NFL.
That's true.
He and Mike Lombardi. Brady's an owner now, a broadcaster. He's Mr. Goody Two Shoes. I think he gets in.
That's a great point.
Okay.
If you're talking about thin ice, Bill, the way he left the league, talking stuff, all the extra stuff going to North Carolina and the other things. I mean. Those things start to tally up. They shouldn't.
When you win 8 Super Bowls.
But when you don't have AI, you got humans voting, this is what happens.
Ron in Orlando, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Ron?
Hi, hey guys. Thanks for having me. Love listening to the show.
Thank you.
I had a quick point. I want to say that I think the commonality is that the Pats got penalized, lost draft picks. Belichick got fined, and then Tom Brady got suspended. So I do believe that it is entirely possible that he might not get in on the first try. And that's just, to me, that's the point. That's what they're looking at. They're looking at the fact that everyone got penalized in relation to a cheating scandal.
Right.
So I just wanted to get you guys.
Why should Brady not get penalized, and he should be the one that doesn't? It's either all or nobody. So, Ron, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. What about Gunner in Minnesota? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Gunner?
How's it going, Kelvin, Rich? What's up, guys?
Yes, all good. How are you?
Rich?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just saying, I don't think he's again right away either, because Tom Brady was a major part, the flaky especially.
Well, yeah, I mean, that is him. That has his name on it, and he was suspended for that. So without a doubt.
Thanks, Gunner. Appreciate it. Randy in New York. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Randy?
Not much, fellas. How you guys doing?
Awesome.
Doing well, Randy.
Hey, thanks for having me. Hey, I want to wish you a fantastic week on Radio Row, but I think everyone's overlooking the big picture. Big conspiracy here. Kraft, Belichick, Brady, all getting in the same time. What do you guys think of that?
Well, it might happen, but I don't know if it'll be conspiratorial as much as it just might be coincidence.
But no,
meaning if Bill Belichick has to wait another couple of years and it'll just happen versus like thinking about it in 2025.
But Robert Kraft's been up for 13 years, so I can't buy that. That's like a conspiracy. Let's do them all together at one time. That sounds good, but I don't think that that's really
no doubt
the case.
All right. Hey, appreciate the calls. On the way, Ephraim Salaam. We'll talk to him as we are here at Super Bowl week in San Francisco. Right now, you got Steve DeSager getting you set on What's Trending. Hey, Steve.
Hey there, let's start with the NBA news as Kawhi Leonard has been added to the NBA All-Star roster tonight. No Clipper had been selected. The game is at their arena. Now the American teams, plural, have enough, and the NBA All-Star game rosters are being announced tonight in total. The trade deadline in the league comes up Thursday. Memphis traded Jaren Jackson to Utah as part of an 8-player deal. Grizzlies got 3 first-round draft choices. Jackson is a former Defensive Player of the Year. The Celtics acquired Nikola Vucevic from the Bulls for Anthony Simons. Both players have expiring contracts. Detroit picked up Kevin Huerter from Chicago in a 3-team trade. The Bulls got Jaden Ivey and Mike Conley. All in that one are in the final year of their deals. Joel Embiid of the Sixers out for the game at Golden State tonight due to injury management. Steph Curry of the Warriors out again with a sore knee. The late game's at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Portland, which has lost 5 in a row, will host Phoenix. The Lakers are about to start at Brooklyn, and Austin Reeves is back on the court tonight. He'll be coming off the bench with a minutes restriction, but it'll be his first game action due to the calf injury since Christmas. Luka Doncic, Player of the Month in the West. Boston's Jaylen Brown, Player of the Month in the Eastern Conference. Boston starts up in a half an hour at Dallas, which has lost 4 in a row. The New York Knicks have won 6 straight, and they are in action tonight, underway, and already up 31-14 at Washington late in the first quarter. Pistons lead the Nuggets late first, 23-13. There was NFL news earlier, and in fact, You guys have been mentioning it, the fact that Robert Kraft reportedly will not be getting into the Hall of Fame this go-round. We'll find out all the winners of the Player Awards and who's in the Hall of Fame class on Thursday at the NFL Honors in the Bay Area. The NFL Players Union interim executive director David White today said his union's membership has no appetite for an 18th NFL regular season game. Of course, the league has been talking like every team eventually is going to be playing one international game, and maybe it'll be 2 preseason, 18 regular season. That would have to be negotiated. Back to you.
All right, well, we'll have to wait and see.
The union is always weak. You know what they would have said? It ain't happening. That's what I'm not. We don't have an appetite for it. Let the commissioner know you're going to have to come to the table to make this happen.
Well,
we're not doing it.
Let's have that conversation with our guest right now.
That's what's
right.
wrong with
Facing
that
a peak season, looking for a new team member, Workforce Solutions from Express Employment Professionals make hiring easier. Visit expresspros.com to find an office and see how Express can help you hire smarter and faster. And I just mentioned Ephraim Salaam, our guest now, per usual, former NFL offensive lineman, Fox Sports Radio Weekend. Ephraim Salaam on X. What up, E?
What's happening?
What's up, brothers? How y'all doing?
Good, man.
All good.
A whole bunch of stuff to talk about.
We're going to a Brazilian steakhouse for the Fox Sports Radio dinner, so you can imagine.
You know he's excited about that. Hey, he's been going crazy already on the wings. We ate good last night.
Yes.
Yeah, we eating good out here. Let's talk about this. Okay. That last point there. We'll work backwards a little bit. Real quick, just your thought on the association saying we would rather not have 18 games.
But yeah, we don't have an appetite for it. Rather than telling the commissioner, no, it ain't happening. And that's how you negotiate from that standpoint, because it sounds weak.
Well, yeah, it does. And not having an appetite, you can always get hungry.
Right.
So when you
talk to me in 2 hours.
When you leave the door open, you can get hungry. Like when y'all leave the show, in a couple hours, Rob's going to be hungry again.
You know it.
Right? he may not have an appetite right now, but around 11 o'clock tonight, he's going to be looking, wandering the streets. Hey, Rob, stay out of Mitchell Brothers, man. Don't be going down there to Mitchell Brothers. All right? I'm watching you. I got people out there on them streets watching you. But look, we know the league is heading that way. We're playing more and more international games. Roger Goodell, the NFL, are hell-bent on being a $21 billion a year annually year league, and they're going to push the envelope to get there. That's just, we know in this country football is king. When it's on, they're watching. The streamers have come in and opened up the checkbooks. And so the NFL is more popular now than ever. So what they want to do is they want to extend the season. They want to get one more game. It's just more revenue. And what they'll do is they'll increase the salary cap. They'll increase salaries. Players' health will diminish like it has every time you extend the season.
Look at all the injuries. Look at all the good players who get hurt.
There's always other guys to play. And every league has banked on the fact that you'll never have a shortage of athletes willing to sacrifice their bodies to play. So eventually the appetite will be there for 18-game season, and we'll be there sooner than later.
Yeah, and you know what? I would say the Players Union, if it ain't the lifetime health care and a better pension, it ain't going to happen. I'm serious.
And that's exactly where they should start.
Am I right, Ephraim?
Yes. If you have 18 games, you will give lifetime health care to every single player and their family that's ever played in the NFL.
That sounds good, and I hear you. But Ephraim, you know
that's
this.
Where we start.
But they don't start there.
I know.
Ephraim, you
that
know
has
what I mean?
to be the starting point.
And it never happens. We had TJ who was out on yesterday, and he was talking about how, he said, dude, he didn't even use his health care for 8 years. So he finally started going to, and he said he wasn't proud of it. But his point was, you get out of the league so early, I'm fine, I'm not thinking about it. Then when you need it, you don't have it. And it sounds good, but I just don't know if the league will.
40 years old, when I was 40, it was gone. I had no idea how to go get health insurance.
40?
Because I've been covered since I was 21 years old. I was like, wait, what? So now I have a whole family, and I mean, the premium was like $5,000 a month. I'm
Crazy. Ephraim, let's go to Robert Kraft. I see a pattern here. Bill Belichick, now Robert Kraft. How shocked were you? I know he's been trying to get in, but on the heels of Bill Belichick, where are you on Robert Kraft getting snubbed?
When Bill didn't get in, I knew Robert wasn't going to get in. And the fact is, they're packaged, right? They're packaged. The only person who's going to supersede that in that package, that trio, is Tom Brady.
Why?
Right? He's the only person that's going to circumvent this pattern of we're going to make them wait a year because they were caught cheating on multiple occasions. The only person that's not going, to have to adhere to that waiting or that punishment is Tom Brady, because then they'll burn it down. But when Bill didn't get in, I had a good notion that Robert Kraft wouldn't get in on the first ballot as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Tom Brady could be concerned because I was telling Rob, I don't think it's that we know he'll get in, but is there a point to push to say, hey, we don't want you in without a blemish?
Right.
We know you did the Deflate we know you
and
benefited
he got
from
suspended.
Spygate.
Like, it's not like he
you
got suspended
because
for
of the
4
Deflate
games.
We know you're getting in. We know what you did. We know who you are, but you can't go in unscathed. I feel like, is that the message that's being sent?
Well, yeah, for them, but they're not going to be able to do that to Tom Brady. You want to talk about an uproar. I mean, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play, and I get the coaching thing and all that, but there is a separation between coach, owner, and player. Players are really revered, and just period. Players are revered more so than GMs, more so than coaches, and more so than owners.
Right.
So you can play with the administration like that, but when it comes down to what happened on the field, they're not going to play with that. They did it with T.O. As bad as that was that they did to T.O., which made 0 sense.
Right.
Nobody
that
agreed
made
with
0 sense. And I'm not mad at T.O. for being like, no, I want to do the ceremony at home. Right? Like, I'm not mad about that because that was a travesty. So you saw the backlash there, and so they're learning you can't really play with players like that, especially players that rank that high.
Yeah, I'm still convinced. I think for the voters to be consistent and for what they to make what they did to even Belichick make sense, as a guy who won 8 Super Bowls, you got to do the same thing to Brady. I really believe that you have to allow him, because we're walking around Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, some of the greatest baseball players ever. They're not getting in, and it's not just a slap on the wrist. They didn't get in. And you know this, Ephraim, those guys were as good as even before all the juice and all that. They were great players.
The greatest ever,
yes.
Absolutely.
We all know that.
Hey, Ephraim, real quick, want to ask you that. Ephraim Salaam again with the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin, on a Trash Talking Tuesday coming up next hour. What do we need to call the No Bowl anymore instead of the Pro Bowl? Just call it the No Bowl.
Yeah,
nobody
ridiculous.
shows up. Nobody plays. Nobody
Justin
really
Fields
cares.
turned it down. How about that? Who was benched this year?
Should we call it the No Bowl?
Yeah, they got to come up with a look. Number one, they got to take out the whole playing or doing all that. They can have some fun games that they do or whatever, but it's got to be centered. You got to make it an event, right? So make it a concert, right?
Yep.
Make it a destination. Make it you're taking the top 5 performers, and they're gonna do like a festival style thing where the guys get to come and relax and celebrate, listen to music. You know, give out some awards, have fun. This whole game scenario and all of that stuff they're doing, it just doesn't make sense. But if you made it a fun weekend with some entertainment, surrounded these great players, we get to celebrate these revered. Now you don't get guys in there who have no business being in there.
But
right? Shakira Sanders has no business being in there.
Right, and Justin Fields, he was benched this year. Seriously.
Remember Huntley a couple years ago?
Snoop Huntley been catching strays all last week.
Yeah, but he got in. We thought the same.
They played like 3 games or something like that.
Right.
So you have to make it. Now being a Pro Bowler, it doesn't even matter anymore because guys are walking around. I wish they had this when I was playing. Jesus.
I know, right?
Guys are walking around like I'm a Pro Bowl quarterback and say what now?
Did you hear what Deion said, Rob?
What now?
Did either one of y'all hear what Deion said? Deion, and I told Rob I said I'm gonna only tell him on the air so I get his real live reaction. Deion did a whole thing. He said, "My boy has done something I never did. It took me 3 years. Took me 3 years to be a Pro Bowler. He did it on his first go at it."
Oh, God.
And I said, I know Rob going to have a heart attack.
I threw up in my mouth just sitting there. Are you kidding?
Man.
He said, what do you say to that? And he just said, do you not know the blessings that I have?
I'll say this. As a father, ain't nothing like a father's love, man.
Right.
A father's love can have you thinking irrational, right? A father's love can have you outside of your body, have you outside of your normal circumstances. That's how, and I ain't mad at that, all right? Because I'm a dad, and I'll do anything for my kids. I'll celebrate them when nobody else will So, look, I'm not even surprised Deion said that, but Deion knows. We all know as dads. We know, right?
My boy did something I never did.
Celebrate your child.
My boy did something I never did, Rob.
Unbelievable.
He made it his first year. It took me 3 to get mine.
Right.
He left out all context, didn't he?
Football player to ever touch the field.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Hey, E, we appreciate it, man.
Hey, Ephraim, who you got in the game? Let's do that real quick because we won't have you on again before the game comes.
Yeah.
Who you got?
I got Seattle.
Big?
Yeah, I got Seattle by 8 points.
Okay.
All right, pretty big.
I got Seattle by 8 points.
All right, so what is that? 2 for 2 now of our guests that we've asked with
Yeah, all the ex-players, they always take the easy way out, and they always
That's not the easy way out. I just can't fix my mouth to say New England. Hell, even if Tom Brady was playing for New England, I still wouldn't say it. So damn, there you go. Take that.
All right, take that for data.
Take that for data. E, we appreciate it, man.
All right,
Thank you so
Take
much.
that for data.
All right, brothers, y'all be safe out there, man.
No doubt. We will, man. All right, on the way, Shekel City and your tie rack play of the day, and we're just more conversation about it. I call it from here on out, it's the No Bowl. No more the Pro Bowl. Calling it the No Bowl. See, Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin out here in San Francisco, Radio Row, day 2, having a great time. Fox Sports Radio.
So, guys, this has been an ongoing issue for years now in the NFL. They do the Rooney Rule. It has no impact whatsoever.
Terrible.
It's just satisfying a box on a check sheet. Here's the question. Why does this keep happening? And what can they do to fix the problem?
I'm gonna be unconventional here.
Okay.
I'm blaming the black players in the NFL for this scourge, not the owners.
Okay.
Not the owners, because they will not make a change unless, Kelvin, you force them to make a change. And I'm serious. The Players Association, weak and terrible. The players themselves. Where is the press conference with the top 10 black players saying this is garbage, this is ridiculous? You know, I saw somebody go, well, DEI is dead or whatever. Wait a minute. The league is 70% black. The DEI is the white guys who keep getting hired in a black league.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not the other way around.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling. But we saw it in the NBA. What did they do? Donald Sterling was a coach was an owner for 40 years in the NBA.
Finally got caught
Guess
up.
what got him out? The players came together and said, guess what, Adam Silver? We will not NOT play the playoffs if this guy is still an owner. He was out like that.
Yep.
A billionaire out like that. Because all the players have to do is stop the game.
No,
stop these owners, stop the league, and say, we will not participate in the league that we have no future in. The playing career is a small one. Most guys in the NFL get a cup of coffee and a sweet roll. You're lucky if the average career is 3 years, 2.5 years, 3 years. So you know how many people get 5 games or nothing in order for it to be 3? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it tells you, and yet they continue to go along with it. All these big mouths on television, former athletes, they got something to say about everything except this. Where is the outcry? Where is the call for something to happen? All these former players, these guys all got big-time money. They can't be hurt to be unified and fight for something that's worth it. And it's not about you. It's about all the guys who can't play at that level and make that money and want to have a career. Those are the guys you need to stand up for. Everybody's not going to be a star and be set for life. They need a job, an opportunity. They want to coach.
It's also, Rob, it's also what it says about the mental capacity, right? And I brought this up again, little history lesson. It's the, hey, you can be a black quarterback in college. It's cool because you played a little bit in high school. Come on. We got it from here. When the professional ranks, we got it from here. And for decades, black quarterbacks coming out of college were told to what? Go be a receiver. Go be a defensive back, Tony Dungy. Go be all these other things but a receiver, a quarterback. Because not only do
they told Lamar to do that.
They told Lamar, go be a receiver. Lamar, and this was what, 2017-ish or so, 18-ish? It's not like that was 50 years ago. Hey, you just won a Heisman a couple years back. But by the way, don't come play the quarterback position in the NFL.
That was Bill Polian, who was a Hall of Fame
general manager. And what that screams is there's still an ideal of, well, you can't lead a team. The leader on the team on the field is who? The quarterback. The leader off the field is who? The coach. We already know there's multiple, the leaders of that picking the team as general managers. And for daggone sure, the leaders of those are the owners, and we aren't getting there as well. So to me, it just continues to scream, you can be the labor. Go do all the hard hits.
Right.
Go get the CTE. Go out there, make the tackles. And you and I talk about it all the time. How many guys, Rob G, come on our show telling stories of beating, batter? You've seen them walk around here. You can go do that. But you're not going to own it. You're not going to be general manager, control the team.
Not going to be the face of it.
You're not going to be the face by being a coach. And we just now really letting you be a quarterback the last 10, 15 years. So to me, that's what it screams. Fox Sports Radio, the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, took the show to San Francisco. Day 2, Radio Row, having a great time out here. Shout out to Ephraim Salaam, just joined the show. Rob G will get that up on the podcast soon enough. You'll be able to hear that if you didn't get a chance to hear it. We got so much in store for the rest of this week as well. But right now, it is time for Shackle City.
Welcome to Shackle City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
Did I do that? Did I do that?
Well, we only had one game, right?
I do that? Last night it was only one game.
Which game was it again?
And that was Philadelphia. Remember
they won. What was the? Who'd you pick?
I picked the other team. So 0-1 last night. Yeah, 0-1, 39-25 is the record.
I was wrong.
Making money.
Yeah, 39-25. And tonight, I'm going to go with the Warriors are in town playing tonight. Yeah. We got our dinner, so we couldn't go to that game. But I'm going to take the Golden State Warriors minus 4.5. This is my best bet, taking on the Sixers, who are now here. Game number 2, I'm taking Milwaukee plus 1.5 at home, hosting the Chicago Bulls.
Okay. It's a bunch of trades that just happened. Yeah, I don't know how that's working.
Yeah. Is Derrick Rose playing tonight for the Bulls? I'm just trying to
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
So,
all right.
And then I'm going to take the Mavericks plus 7.5 at home, taking on the Celtics. Okay. So Mavericks plus 7.5. Milwaukee plus 1.5, and Golden State here in San Francisco minus 4.5. And remember,
what's that?
I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on.
Yeah, Vujicic's gone out of the Bulls. There's some trades happening. We'll talk to AD. We got Anthony Davis coming up bottom of our last hour, so we'll get to talk to him about some of the trades that happened in the NBA. It's now time for your Tire Rack play of the day.
Here goes Steph Curry. He's taking a jumper. Oh, buckets! It's Splash Brothers all over again. Warriors came out to play.
And that was your Tire Rack play of the day. Brought to you by Alex. Oops. I mean, what happened?
Unbelievable.
All right. Well, that was a play of the day. We'll just roll with that right there. Tire Rack play of the day.
Now, Tire Rack wants a refund.
Yeah. No, Tire Rack. Matter of fact, the play of the day was you eating 3 sets of wings from the Bounce people
Alex
already.
Bounty,
I'm sorry. From the Bounty people. 3 sets
Alex,
already.
I just had just 3. Because we got the dinner tonight.
Just 3?
Just 3 in a week is fine. 3 in one day is crazy.
That's insane.
All right, Tire Rack play of the day brought to you by Tire Rack. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. And back to our conversation about I'm calling it the No Bowl. That's the biggest thing. We talked about this a little bit, Rob, yesterday. We talked about it a bit with Ephraim. That's the worst part about it now to me is just either people before or people after having a Pro Bowl next to your name or several.
It's irrelevant
anymore.
It's irrelevant. It's irrelelevant.
And what Rob G.
Now it's all pro, and you know how hard it is to get all pro?
Right. No, Tom Brady was amazing for 20 years, and he has 3. You know, we got so many other guys. John Elway didn't get any All-Pros, and you could argue he's a top.
That was
3,
probably
4,
the biggest shocker when Rob G. revealed that.
I'm actually
yesterday.
shocked.
Am I
so,
right?
Wait, so let me think. So, Dan Marino, Joe Montana. Who else would have stood in his way all those years? Like, who? You know what I mean? Like, that he would never have gotten one. I mean, Boomer Esiason, I'm just thinking people who could have had a couple of years.
It's incredible when you really think about it.
Steve Young. Okay, Steve Young definitely took a couple, though.
But even then, even the greatest ones we talked about, Aaron Rodgers has 4, right?
Tom Brady
has 3 in 20-something years.
4.
No, Peyton had
5.
5, right? Rob G., what did he?
Peyton has 7.
No, he has 7.
Peyton Manning ran that day.
Yeah. Why
you on the wrong
on? No, is it the right headset? You did this yesterday. All right, go ahead again.
Can you hear me now?
No, we don't hear you.
Try the headset.
Try the other headset. Well, here we go. Hit it again.
Do you hear me now?
Try
No, we don't hear you. Rob G. Well, dang it, Peyton Manning has 7 is what you were trying to say. Which by the way, Peyton Manning will go down as by not winning enough. You know, it'll be the issue because Peyton Manning, he has all of the stats, right? Peyton Manning has.
Well, he was lucky to get the second one, but he has 2 championships.
2 championships. But, I mean, we don't talk about him enough, and that's why when we have certain people on, they're like, no. Let me tell you, playing against him, who you had to worry about, line up against, that brought fear to your defense, was Peyton Manning. But it is interesting because we talk a lot about, obviously, Tom Brady, and we talk about Aaron Rodgers. We talk about some other guys, John Elway, Joe Montana. It's funny, Peyton just kind of sitting around like, y'all know I was the sheriff for like 15 years.
No, he had his numbers are ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous, the run that he had.
4,
James Harden
3,
might be on the move
2.
again. We got to talk about it. We'll do it next.
We are Fox Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob. Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Number 2.
It is the Odd Couple. Radio Row here in San Francisco. Super Bowl week. Rob Parker, Kelvin, Washington. And guess what? Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets?
I have sometimes. It's like, this can't be life.
It's not. Switch to the life-changing wet, extra-large, flushable dude wipes. Because wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and major retailers nationwide. Dude wipes, best clean, pants down. Also,
let's just go ahead and do that today. Matter of fact,
yeah,
they don't
let's make
ask
that
for
happen.
much.
Come on.
Today we get to 20,000, 20K.
Get us
on
over
this
the top.
day.
No doubt.
I don't know why I started to sound like Martin Luther King right there. I'd have dreamed that one day we'll get to 20K on a Tuesday.
Trash Talking Tuesday. That's right. So that's right. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, Odd Couple FSR, and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, Brantley Weissman, a former NFL scout, he will be here live. We'll do it live.
We will do it live.
On the set here in San Francisco. Don't forget, Trash Talking is coming up as well. Your chance to trash anyone, anything in the world of sports. And guess what?
What's that?
We will not
N-O-T.
Interrupt you. That's right. We will not interrupt you. So we have that and much more to do.
What, in the USC Trojans? We got a Trojan here. He met Rob G. He said, let me just pull up on him real quick and go tackle somebody.
Right. That's crazy.
He looking at you like he might come tackle you, Rob.
Man.
We got, we're here, of course, Super Bowl week, NFL talk. But the NBA trade deadline,
I'm surprised the USC Trojan would be here for a big game. I'm just saying.
Oh, dang. He just – you didn't – see how he act like he ain't hear you.
I know.
Damn, he said he's shocked that you would be here
that a
at
USC
a big game.
Trojan would be at a big game.
Look how he walked away on you. Look at that. Man, and look, the best part is that was recording on his phone. He's like, let me turn this off now. Let me turn off my phone. Y'all ruining my content out here in these Super Bowl streets.
He's like, let me get out of here. What are we doing? All right, sorry.
Oh, man. No, but anyway, NBA trade deadline is coming up. We've had some trades. We'll talk more, get a little bit more in-depth with this next hour with Antonio Daniels. But there are reports here that the Clippers are looking to move James Harden, and they're, taking some calls on that. And they're trying to find a deal by the Thursday deadline. This is coming from Shams Charania, of course. It's done. This is done. Monty, thank you. But Monty, Steve is doing updates. You might as well come do an update up here now.
So who is it? What's the deal?
I got to look it up now. Ooh. Oh, okay. So that's all right. So the Clippers are trading James Harden to Cleveland for Darius Garland and a second-round pick. These are according to Shams. So I'm not – that's a good – I know James Harden has been good. Now, Monty, you're the resident Clipper fan. Thumbs up, thumbs down? Thumbs down. She's sad about it. But this is what he does. You just said it. This is what James Harden – I go somewhere.
But you got to do this. I'm serious. When somebody doesn't want to be there, I'm sorry. I'm just can't – he doesn't want to be there. He wants to get paid. They're not going to give him the $80 million or $100 million he wants. Thank you very much. And you know what? And you just got to move on. You're not winning anything with James Harden, right?
No.
So what would be the purpose on holding on to him? You're not winning anything. You're barely lucky if you make the playoffs. It doesn't make sense. The Clippers did the right thing. As soon as he said he don't want to be there, we'll help you.
That's a good – and by the way, James Harden in name is a bigger person than Darius Garland. But Darius Garland is a heck of a player. He's been an all-star. He's much younger. He's still a capable scorer. That's a good get for them. And that wasn't really working. Garland and Donovan Mitchell wasn't working the way they had hoped over there in Cleveland. Almost too redundant at times. Too ball-dominant guys who can score. And so that's a good get for the Clippers now to get a little younger, to get a little bit more energy, get a little bit more effort on both ends of the ball. But James Harden, this is a bigger conversation you just mentioned with James Harden. James Harden will end up going down as the greatest offensive nuclear weapon the NBA has ever seen. And what I mean by that is, for a 6-year period, give or take, James Harden was one of the greatest weapons this NBA had ever seen. You're talking about a guy who led the league in scoring and assists in the same year, a perennial MVP candidate, a guy who will light you up from all three levels, right? You want the deep ball, you want the mid-range, you want free throws and layups. I mean, he was, and then not to mention, again, dropping dimes. James Harden, his mid, those Houston Rocket runs were incredible, but it always faded badly. It always ended badly. You got bad playoff
That's why all that stuff you just said is meaningless.
That's why I mean he'll be the biggest waste. It's like if you just saw 82
But none of that
games
stuff that he did, really, because of his postseasons was so horrific and meltdowns that you can't even – and he was on 10 teams. And every team – James Harden, seriously, as a player – has really hurt just the way you look at him. I just can't. What are you? He's been on all these teams. It's always the same scenario, circumstance. He hasn't been able to come through. And for all the talent, it's going to be James Harden was a total waste. I mean, a total waste.
Yeah, I mean, and what's crazy about this is it begins, Rob G and Rob, in the beginning with the Thunder. They get to the finals, that young team, he's Sixth Man of the Year, and he plays terribly in the finals. Remember that?
He was
terrible.
Leading up to that, I was like, this James Harden is unbelievable. You remember that?
Dude coming off the bench?
I was like, oh, my God, who is this guy? And then he turned into stinker during like Sam Darnold's going to do in the Super Bowl, but he turned into stinker in the NBA Finals.
Dude, they get let's go back. So let's go from the beginning, what I just mentioned there, and you say to yourself, all right, when he was young. Right here in the finals, the stage is too big. You can understand that. Then let's go to the most recent. Let's do the other end of the sandwich. Last season, Harden had 7 points in a 2 of 8 shooting performance and a decisive Game 7 versus the Nuggets. You beat the Nuggets. Remember, the Clippers were so they've become a great story. They were playing well. They had some great players. He had kind of redeemed himself a little bit, starting to really pick up his performance. And he goes 7 points. You only took 8 shots in a Game 7 versus the Nuggets, and who you are and what you meant to that team. And you can go on and on. 2017 Game 6, 10 points. This is peak Harden. Against the Spurs when he were with the Rockets. Remember they played a horrible game, that one. Game 7.
What was that? He was on that team that missed 27 straight threes.
Exactly. So
just think about what I just said to you.
At some point you go, you know what? This just ain't working, Monty. This just ain't working tonight. And so James Harden, to me, it would be one of the most wasted talents the NBA had ever seen when you're talking about legacy and what matters. Yes. You will always talk about he had an MVP season, was runner-up a few times, heck of a run with the Rockets, and a nuclear offensive weapon. But when we talk legacy, when we talk what guys meant when it was crunch time, he failed drastically multiple times.
So could you call him James Softon? I'm just saying.
Well, first he was James Herron. No D in his name because he wouldn't play defense. And then now you just like this James Harden, James Softon. It's kind of funny. So, yeah, it's just disappointing. But, again, the Clippers – so now what do you say this Clipper run? You remember that he left Houston to go play with the Nets. That fails epically, right? That doesn't work out. Then he has a reunited, and it feels so good with Daryl Morey, who was running the ship with the Rockets.
With Philly.
I mean, he goes to Philly. He leaves to go to Philly, Daryl Morey. And then he goes to Philly.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
right.
and he goes to Philly, and that fails drastically. So at some point, my gosh, James Harden, wherever you go, it doesn't work out. It ends up collapsing, and it ends badly.
Very, very, very badly.
Are you up now?
I think I'm up now. I know how to work the computer over there.
Did you do it?
Yes, I did.
And he was sweating bullets. He thought he was going to ruin our whole
That's why I get
show.
the Schmedium bucks, Rob.
That's all right. All right.
You know that.
But you'll get an extra biscuit tonight.
That you're not paying for? So, yeah, Scott and Don and Julie will take care of it, Rob.
Hey,
get whatever
give
you
Rob
want.
G some extra food. He deserves it. He saved our show today.
Look, I think that obviously James Harden has become a punchline, throughout his career, right? But his playoff failures are well documented. I think that, if you'll allow me, you're looking at this James Harden thing from the wrong perspective.
Because rather than focusing on the negative, like, hey, he did it again, he found a way to burn his bridge and find a new team. This would be the sixth team in his NBA career. What about instead of LeBron James or Kevin Durant being known as like the poster men, the front men of the player empowerment era, has any player flexed his muscle more than James Harden in his NBA career? He knew he wanted to get paid by the Oklahoma City. They didn't want to give it to him. He said, all right, trade me. Goes to Houston. Runs its course in Houston. They had a very good team. The closest anybody came to beating those Steph KD Warriors.
Okay, but here's why.
I think we might have the same pushback.
Here's why the James Harden is he came away with nothing.
That you beat me to it.
No, Rob G.
That's fair. That's totally.
He came away. So you're right. But some of those other guys you're talking about who pushed their way to
it landed rings.
They at least won. He went everywhere and didn't come away with anything.
I guess what I want to say is for everybody who says don't let these teams dictate. Like people are getting mad at what's going on with Giannis.
Yeah,
Giannis, the Bucks are ruining your career. You got to get traded. Right. Damian Lillard, the Blazers ruined your career. You got to get traded.
And boy, was that a disaster.
James Harden has figured out a way, by hook or by crook, to make sure that he gets his money and he ends up where he wants to go.
But so then I think that the difference is, and I get what you're saying, I think the difference is people are saying good riddance to him.
Right.
The Pelicans didn't want to lose Anthony Davis, but he was like, look, it's just that time I'm ready to go like that.
And once he didn't want to be there, you
like,
just can't hold on to
exactly.
You can't make so
money. But there also with James Harden, it ends up getting where teams like, you know what, fine, good riddance, or it's.
But then another team bites the apple. So
well,
he's obviously. He's using his talent, even at this age.
There's only 400 NBA players, Rob G, and guess what? 200 of them can't play. And I'm talking about
respect
at that level. Yeah,
right. At that level, you know what I mean? Like seriously.
Right.
So you're talking about a planet that has 200 guys who can do what those guys do, and I think that's why they always.
He's probably one of 30 who can do it at that
high level. And at one point, it was a top 3 player for.
You know how many guys play basketball, and you're saying that only 30 or 40 guys can do it? Mm-hmm. That's how specialized. That's why they're making the money they make, and that's why people bend over backwards for them, even when they piss you off and you want to discard them and say, let's be done with him.
And they know it. And again, we always talk about this, the difference between pitchers and home run hitters in baseball. And in the NFL, you're talking about quarterbacks. Basketball, when you get a LeBron, when you get a Shaq, when you get a Kobe, they control so much on both sides, right? That's why the weightiness of them matters. And with James Harden now going to, by the way, the other side of this, him going to Cleveland, I don't really like it for them. What's been the issue with Cleveland why you don't buy Donovan Mitchell-led team? The heart, the toughness. Are they going to show up at crunch time in the postseason? It's why you talking about, the Knicks. You ain't really worried about, them. And
they've turned it around though.
They have, but people. Ultimately, anything can happen. We know that. But I'm saying that the reason why people
I give Cleveland credit though for the idea that what happened last year, and they had injuries too. So I'm not going to. But they decided that they're not going to just
run it back.
That they want to add some people who have put up numbers, done things, or whatever.
For all of James Harden's issues, he plays. Even when he's heavy, he plays.
That time when he was with the Rockets, when he won it out,
he was on that Shaq program.
He looked like he had a fat man suit on. I couldn't believe how fat he was.
But that was to your point of getting him his way out.
Yes, he did.
That was what got him to the Nets.
So, okay, real quick. You might not like what the Cavs are doing now, but this could be a precursor for something even bigger.
I believe that.
I will tell you about it next.
And you will do that. Don't be out here teasing on our. We tease. We do. You text the teasers. You don't do the teasers.
Unbelievable. Rob G. Is this the Rob G show? What are we doing here, Kelvin?
I'm just trying to help you stay on time. That's all.
No. Where's my Weeble? There it is.
All right.
Well, you can still say Fox Sports stick and stay.
That's you.
I know you're stick and stay. It's top of the hour.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's right. Coming up, that's right. You can stick and stay.
Unless you're Kelvin or Robin, got to tell me something cool in the US of A.
That's right. I got to tell you about Webull, ready to tackle your financial goals. With Webull, you don't have to sit on the sidelines. And whether you're a rookie or a pro, Webull puts you in the game with tools that help you make the moves you want. Trade stocks, options, and ETFs, or play long game with cash management and retirement accounts, all on one platform. Weeble's app pairs advanced analytics with real-time data so you can read the defense, adjust your strategy, and stay in control. And now meet Vega, your personal AI market assistant. You can ask questions like, analyze my watch list, or what's the outlook on this stock? Get real-time stock analysis, volatility insights, and fundamentals that turn complex signals into plain English. Want a wider view of the field? Use Portfolio X-Ray to spot trends, manage risk, and optimize the performance of your portfolio. Stop punting your financial future. Join Webull's community to discuss markets, trending topics, and ideas with fellow investors. Download the Webull app today on mobile or desktop, Webull, or visit Webull.com.
Chuck appeared on Sirius XM NBA radio, and they asked him about the Michael Jordan situation with NBC. Now, recall during the offseason when it was first announced that MJ would be joining the Peacock, we didn't know what he was going to be doing. They said it was going to be a special contributor to their NBA coverage. We didn't know if he was going to be in studio. We didn't know if he was doing interviews. We didn't know what exactly he was going to be doing.
We didn't think he'd be involved in NBA debate talk.
But
we
everybody was excited because he's such a recluse historically, and they wanted to hear what he had to say about the NBA. Well, now, flash forward about a year, and we know exactly what his role is. His role was to record one sit-down interview with Mike Tirico. No plans for a second one. And they were going to release clips of it throughout the season. So Chuck went on Sirius XM today and said that he was excited to get Michael because Michael's the reason we all make money from the NBA, of course. But then he says, quote, you see this thing coming out with NBC, you're like, wait, y'all did one interview 5 months ago and you're going to sprinkle it in throughout the season? Come on, man. That's disingenuous by NBC. It's crazy. I'm disappointed the way it worked out. It's just a bad look, plain and simple.
This is one of the times you hope what you thought would be true would not be the case, and it was. Michael Jordan is not the most entertaining. Michael Jordan is not the most thought-provoking, and is a complete contrast of his former best friend, Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley's honest. Charles Barkley's funny. Charles Barkley's thoughtful. You might not agree with him, but he's going to speak his mind, and he plays the game. You know, he'll play along and do stuff, and that's why he's been one of the best sports media personalities for the last 30 years. Michael Jordan hasn't. Michael Jordan wanted to get away from the fame, and so the idea of him coming back, you thought, maybe, just maybe. This was very lazy. They oversold it, and it was boring, and it was a waste of time of the greatest basketball player of all time. And it was also, again, the lack of creativity. You talked about this, Rob G, so I don't want to take you, but you and I were on the phone, and you're a producer extraordinaire. We know this. You're the GOAT. And one of the things you do, I had to host.
I think Rob G cheated before, but go ahead.
I hosted a show where we had to do. It was a show that aired for the whole summer. It was a national show. It was like a reality sports kind of competition show. And you brought the idea. I had to wear certain outfits and then switch and then wear this one because this is going to be the finale. But technically, we're shooting it today, and you made it work so that it could work throughout an 8-week run throughout the summer. And the idea that you just sat Michael Jordan down, same old outfit, probably did a 45-minute interview, and that was it. You didn't mix it up. You didn't switch his outfit, switch it to at least lie to us, mix it up, and make us think you're postponing these conversations. Hey, Mike, the All-Star Weekend's coming up. It meant a lot to you. What was it like playing All-Star? Hey, Mike, what made you get in the dunk contest? You already had a name. You already were this guy in the league. You still did the dunk contest. Don't you think guys should do it now? That would have been something you could have had. Hey, Mike, competition and rivalries. Let's talk about that. Were the Pistons your big rivalry? Like interesting conversations that you could have had throughout the year. Switch up the outfits. There's no creativity. They oversold it. And then to me, you lose the credibility now if you try to bounce back with anything. And Mike Tirico talked about he hopes that they do it again. He'd love to do it again. I don't want to see this again, do you? I don't think anybody wants to see it. And the little bit of hope that we had, because Mike doesn't say anything really that interesting, he doesn't really do that much, the little hope you might have had is now gone.
Charles Barkley is spot on. It was what I was concerned about after seeing the first one, and the idea that he would not be talking about the current players
and dissecting or just
or whatever
talking
the
about
big
it.
news is.
Right, the news of what's going on with the league. So I'm not overly surprised because I just thought that this is what it was going to be, and it wasn't going to be something that we thought would be great. And I think that that's disappointing because I want to hear from Michael Jordan. I really do. I want to hear from him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has insight. I think he has, a know-how. He can speak to these things. And the first thing they gave us was load management. Rob G, what was that? Week
or
2
two into the league
and like
season.
Nobody was load managing at that time. So why was that such a big deal? It didn't even make sense. Like it the whole thing was misguided. It's a waste of God. And you're right. I do it all the time. We do a segment called A Bro You Need to Know.
Mm-hmm.
And it runs for every other week all baseball season. So I do like 13 of them.
Yep.
I change.
Yeah.
Even in 13 weeks, you know what I mean? Like I'll start out with a jacket on, and then I know that these are going to air in July. I have a short sleeve shirt on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that it looks like, okay.
Play the TV Magic game.
Right, and it's so easy to do. They could have easily had them bring 4 outfits or jackets and a different color shirt. You could even just change the shirt.
That's all you need to do.
You know, you could wear the same
He
blazer.
could have had a jacket on next time, just a polo underneath it. Just mix it up. It's the same. That's disrespectful to us in 2026 when there's so many different ways you can do things. Radio, Rob Parker, Kelvin, Washington, Trash Talking Tuesday. We got that coming up here in just a little bit, about 20 minutes or so. Brentley Weissman, former NFL scout, is going to join us live here in San Francisco. Be good to chop it up with him in just a moment. When the cold weather sets in, every day aches and pains can linger, but Alev's got your back with up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose. Aleve keeps you going with long-lasting body pain relief. This winter, try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains. Rob G was coming in. We're talking about James Harden now traded to the Cavaliers. He is on his mission now to play for every team in the NBA.
That's right.
He's a third of the way there. And now, of course, for Darius Garland, who will be coming to the Clippers. But maybe there's some more in the mix?
Yeah, you said you don't really like this move for the Cavs. And it makes sense, right? 10 years later, a younger player, I understand why you wouldn't like it. Yahoo Sports reported early on Tuesday morning, when there was just speculation that Harden might get traded to Cleveland, that they have visions of James Harden being in Cleveland Cavalier. Check. That the next step from here would be, can we flip one of our high-priced big men, Jared Allen or Evan Mobley, get into the Giannis sweepstakes? So then you got a big three with Donovan, Harden, and Giannis. And finally, assuming that all comes to fruition, this offseason, the King comes home to Cleveland for a farewell tour to have a big four now: LeBron, Giannis, Harden, Mitchell. Does that move you?
No, it doesn't
move me.
It doesn't move me because I think that I know everybody's trying to get Lamar back there in the scenario. There's going to be more teams that'll have say before Giannis gets to Cleveland. That's my pushback.
The Knicks will be fighting hard for
exactly,
Minnesota.
and they'll have other things and you know what I mean. I just if that scenario happens, I'll say I'm wrong, but I don't see where that's going to be the situation. And it might remind you of the Lakers when they had the 4 Hall of Famers together, Karl Malone, Gary Payton, Shaq, and Kobe, and they lost to the 2004 Pistons in a 5-game sweep.
Let me tell you why, Rob G. The question you asked was, does it move me at all? And I said, yes, it moves me because if I'm the Pistons or Orlando or some young upstart in the East, I love it because that team ain't beating us. Them old geezers ain't keeping up with us.
That's what I'm saying.
James Harden has never even shown up in the postseason.
Right,
and
right.
Let alone now. Even
and then LeBron, he'll score you 22 and give up 24 on the other side.
Sign me up. The other teams I think will want that because I think you're absolutely not going to get the best version of them. So for me, I don't see it. I don't see the wow in it. I get the LeBron
collecting names doesn't. That's not a team.
It's a different NFL NBA now. It's a completely different NBA now. You see we talked about it. What Boston was able to do, getting picks, getting young. You see what the Thunder. You see what the Pistons. You see what some of these other young upstart teams are able to do. This ain't the era of just going to get some people. You don't agree with me? I'm getting mean mug right now. Who's your team? She's embarrassed to say. So who's a bad team right now? The Wizards? The Hornets?
No, she's from Brooklyn.
Sacramento, the Kings.
She's from Brooklyn.
Oh, she's from Brooklyn?
No, I'm just.
The Nets?
Oh, Jets football.
Jets.
We're talking basketball.
We're talking basketball.
But I got you, the Jets.
Yeah, but the Jets, your team. I'm sorry to hear that, too. Ooh. She's the first woman to coach the New York Jets. All right, shout out to you. What's your name? All right, Colette V. Smith. It was nice to meet you, Colette. We're gonna
Thank you.
Thank you. Colette.
And they should
Colette.
fire Aaron Glenn. I'm just saying.
See?
I'm sorry about that.
Colette ain't say no, though.
I'm sorry about that.
Colette didn't say no. She, all right. Out here.
I'm the one pulling for more black coaches, except Aaron Glenn. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You can't cut us by a third. We ain't got but 3 of them.
I know.
You gonna cut us by a third? All right. Anyway, what I've seen in the NBA now is being young, taking your hit for a year or two while you develop and grow.
I just think it sounds like a nice story, and you know what I mean?
They're not going to be healthy. Giannis never healthy anymore. LeBron is never starting seasons playing. He's only going to be even older. James Harden is – come on, that doesn't make any sense to me. Absolutely none. All right. Anyway, we got to take a break. We got Brentley Weissman, former NFL scout.
We got to take a
join us. I know, my bad. And then
Don't do that.
I know. Steve DeSager joining us now to get us set on what's trending. Any other trades, Steve?
There were earlier today. Trade deadline comes up Thursday. But yes, the Clippers tonight are trading James Harden to Cleveland for Darius Garland. The Cavs play at the Clippers on Wednesday night. Garland was listed as out with a toe injury. Memphis traded Jaren Jackson to Utah as part of an 8-player deal. Grizzlies get 3 first-round draft choices. Jackson is a former Defensive Player of the Year. The Celtics acquired Nikola Vucevic from the Bulls for Anthony Simons. Both players have expiring contracts. Detroit picked up Kevin Huerter from Chicago in a 3-team trade. The Bulls got Jaden Ivey and Mike Conley. All are in the final year of their deals. Kawhi Leonard this evening was added to the NBA All-Star roster. No Clippers had been selected. The game is at their arena in less than 2 weeks. Steph Curry and LeBron James are on the same U.S. team. There's a new All-Star game format. 1-team international players, 2 teams of U.S. players in a round-robin tournament on the same team. Not only Steph and LeBron, but Jalen Brunson, Jaylen Brown, Kevin Durant, Donovan Mitchell, and Kawhi Leonard. Halftime at Detroit, Pistons lead 69-50 over the Denver Nuggets. Also in progress, Utah only up 79-76 at Indiana mid-third quarter. Big lead for the Knicks at Washington, 72-47. They've started the third quarter. Wizards with a loss would be 13-36 this year. Lakers are ahead 62-30 at Brooklyn mid-second quarter. Luka Doncic 14 points in 13 minutes on the court. Austin Reeves 6 points off the bench. He's been out since Christmas for LA with a calf injury. By the way, Doncic named Player of the Month in the West. Jaylen Brown at Boston, Player of the Month in the East. Atlanta Hawks leading at Miami 56-41 in the second, and it's Dallas 26-25 over Boston late in the first quarter. To college basketball, number 23 Miami, Ohio still undefeated, 23-0 after a 73-71 victory at Buffalo. And among the 7 NHL games tonight, Carolina 2-1 over Ottawa in the second period. Back to you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Steve. It's the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin out here. Super Bowl week. Of course, we are here, Radio Row, and we are half. You've ever wiped it. At this point, by the way, Rob has become the spokesperson. Unofficial. We're still waiting. Elijah, thumbs up, thumbs down. Have we heard from Dude Wipes yet? Okay, you're still unofficial. We have. Oh, they liked it. They mentioned us. They mentioned the video.
Wait a minute. What are you saying, Elijah? We got.
You might be the kind of official. We're still working on the deal. You're the kind of official.
Alex, did you hear that? Our video. We hear that? We're the unofficial,
sort of kind of
sponsor of Dude Wipes. All right.
And by the way, if you ever wipe with a piece of dry toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it's not. Switch to life-changing wet extra large flushable Dude Wipes, because wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down. So there you have it. Brentley Weissman, former NFL scout, friend of the show, is joining us now here. What's up, man? Good to have you here. B, appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Always great to talk to you, and good to see you in person here, Super Bowl here in San Francisco.
No, so as Rob has brought up many times, you're going to have to talk about it so that when we say, oh, man, 6 Super Bowl rings as a coach, 8 in total, and by the way, this happened. And I think that, to me, is why. They can't. I don't think they're going to keep him out permanently.
That's probably the harder part, of trying to keep him out. How about the Pro Bowl and where we are? We're not trying to just bash the NFL, but when Justin Fields turns down the Pro Bowl, first of all, how did it had to be, did he go, is this a wrong number? I mean, like when they called him, like seriously, is this where we are with the Pro Bowl now? Nobody wants to partake. I know it's a flag football game.
Yeah. I mean, shout out Justin Fields. At least he has the self-awareness to say no. Shador Sanders, Joe Flacco, they're saying yes to this event.
Well, Joe Flacco kind of makes sense. Number one,
after 18 years, come on, man.
I'm a Super Bowl winner. It's a vacation. And by the way, Joe Flacco, what I liked about him is he hasn't been doing the, oh, gee, golly, shucks, I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, this season, I'm starting and I'm playing. And they're like, oh, well, what if Joe Burrow? He's like, basically, he's going to fight for this spot back.
Yeah.
But what about Shador, though? I mean,
it's all just a PR trying to get fans involved. And I get it, but
y'all being real disrespectful to
it's a shame for me because I used to go to the Pro Bowl in Hawaii as a kid with my mom. I mean, the Pro Bowl used to be a good event. And to see it fall so far is just a shame for NFL fans. Hopefully they can turn it around. Otherwise, they should just cancel the game.
All right, I do want to ask you. I'm not a Sam Darnold guy, and we know that. So you know what I'm talking about. And he played well against the Rams. I can't take that away from him, and I'm not, because I've always said if he played well in big games in Minnesota, he would still be there. I really believe that those 2 games really made them gun shy on him. And he has the ability to have those bad games and turnovers. And people go and say, Seattle has this great defense. All Sam Darnold has to do is be regular.
Yeah.
And that's what they said about C.J. Stroud, too. You just have to be regular. He has a bad game. It could cost him. I'm expecting Sam Darnold to turn into Ronald McDonald.
My ultimate take for the Super Bowl, can New England stop Seattle's rushing offense on 1st and 2nd down early in the game? If they do, and they make Sam Darnold have to throw on known passing downs, New England has a chance to win. Because I don't expect Sam Darnold to play back-to-back games like he did against the Rams and now in the Super Bowl. That is not Sam Darnold, right? That's the fluke. That's the outlier. And so I expect New England to be able to stop the run. Then I think Sam Darnold is going to turn into the Sam Darnold that we saw against Detroit last year, that we saw against the Rams in the playoff game. Because
so you know what I'm saying. We're right here.
Yeah. Let me break all this up, Mr. NFL Scout. Let me talk to you. Brentley Weissman, our guest, former NFL Scout, here with the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin, on the Trash Talking Tuesday. Let me ask you this. So he's 3rd pick coming out of the draft. People think highly of him. Heard Troy Aikman today. I was watching something he was on, and he's talking about how highly regarded. He said he thought he was the best quarterback out of the draft. My question is, how do you all assess scouting when you're saying this guy's Bryce Young is the number 1 pick, Sam Darnold number 3, and then they go to situations that are bad because you get drafted so high? It'd be the Jets, it'd be the Panthers, it'd be whoever the team may be. It could have been the Lions at times as well. How do you gauge, well, he's bad or he's performing bad or they're in a bad situation is going to take some time? How do you do that when you're scouting? Like, can he going to come in and change a team that fast, or they're going to need to be patient with him? How do you do that?
That's the challenging part, right? Because the quarterback is so reliant on what's around him, the receivers, the play calls, offensive line, etc. So it's you have to extrapolate what you see on the film. Scout is arm talent. Scout is a decision making. Scout, his ability to think under pressure. Those are things you can see no matter what's around him.
Okay.
Right? And Sam Darnold does have a lot of the tools that you like. He is athletic. He does have a strong arm. However, I think he has a poor decision-making.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think he's overly aggressive. I think sometimes, he doesn't take the check down. He'll try to create when the play's not there. That leads to negative sacks. So those are things, as a scout, you try to evaluate. Because to your point, Kelvin, I mean, it's hard to really judge a player when the surrounding is so bad, because you can't really take that piece out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the other thing. I think it's a cop-out, too. I think people use this all the time. Well, if he was on – no. This is how the draft system works. You usually go to a bad team. Yeah. That's why you were a top draft pick. We saw a lot of people told Joe Burrow, don't go to Cincinnati. Oh, they can't win, ever won a playoff game. They lost 7 straight playoff games. That's a bad organization, a mom-and-pop store. Blah, blah. You can't win there. He played 6-7 games his first year. Next year, they're in the Super Bowl. He had a change. Am I right? He elevated that team. So when I hear that about the surroundings and blaming everybody else, you got guys who have had a ton of coordinators. Other guys have been in good spots. And some guys who were in situations, and it just didn't work out. I don't think that you could just use you on a bad team as an excuse why you didn't work out.
No, I completely agree. And even last year with Minnesota, Darnold was on a good team. He played well, but then in the gotta-have games, the real Sam Darnold came out. And I think Seattle, just what they have on offense, their running game, their defense, JSN.
And he still led the league in turnovers with all of that.
Exactly. And so we'll see. I mean, he has to win one more game. Just win one more game, play well. We'll see if he can. But I do think, if he's put in these situations where he has to win the game with his arm, without the running game, without the defense, we'll see what happens.
I want to ask you about another guy who had a very strange season in that statistically it wasn't the best.
Yeah.
Big moments, it was one of the more fun, and that's Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Statistically, lowest target, off-target pass.
Oh, I'm not buying. Man, I'm so tired of hearing that.
And
Did you watch the games?
Right,
My God.
But that's the point. He was putting himself in those situations where he had to then turn around to be Superman. But teaming up with Ben Johnson, again, you see the difference between last year and this year. Tell me what you think of Caleb and scouting him. We heard he is, the number one scout. That scouts were drooling about him for years. Where do you see his trajectory going in the NFL?
Early on in the season, I would watch Caleb, and there was just some throws, the easy throws, he couldn't make. And it was really glaring. I mean, I did not feel good about Caleb Williams like week 5, week 6. Later on in the year, you start to see the ability, the playmaking ability that made him the number 1 pick.
Mm-hmm.
And sure, some of the first half stuff wasn't great, but late in those games, the second half, his ability to drive the ball down the field, his ability to create plays out of structure, outstanding. And I think a lot of the turnaround really comes from the tight end, Colson Loveland.
Oh, nice.
That offense changed once he got into the lineup. And when you project 2026, I expect Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson to take that next step.
I really agree. And to watch him, what I loved the most was the no game, like you talking about being down 10 with 2 minutes to go or whatever. Like when you can't teach that.
No.
And this is a guy who won his high school state championship on the last throw of the game. There's some guy, am I right?
Oh,
you can't teach that to some guys. I'm sorry.
He has the innate just ability to put the team on your back and get the W and get the last minute drive. The Chicago Bears team had no business winning a playoff game this year. They weren't
there, right?
They were at least a year away. But against the I'm trying to think.
Packers.
Packers, excuse me. It was Caleb Williams. It was a Caleb Williams show in that fourth
They
quarter.
shouldn't have won that game. They had no business winning that game.
No business winning that game. But that last throw on the last drive, you see.
4th and 8.
4th and 8.
That was crazy.
You see it.
And then he did it again the next week.
Exactly.
And that was, I told Rob, I glitched.
Yep.
I was like, oh, that didn't just happen. That doesn't make
You couldn't
any sense.
believe it, right?
No, I was blown away by that as well. And I'm actually shocked they don't run him more.
Yeah.
I think that's something we're going to see more next year. That's at that point, what can I do?
And even in that game, and I'm going to blame Ben Johnson too. We talk about the bad for take some points. Stop going on 4th down. Like there was situations that they could have taken a couple of field goals. They would have won that game.
Teams do not
am I right?
do this
Like,
anymore.
what has happened with coaches?
Every week I come to him asking,
Yeah.
did something happen with 3 points? Everybody allergic
Everybody's playing Madden.
The Sean Payton one from
Terrible.
last week.
Terrible.
That was an embarrassment. But I will say to you real quick, Caleb Williams adding the running, that went a long way to him being so good in the playoffs. Because people don't understand how fast he is.
But that's why I'm shocked
when
he doesn't do it more. To me, then it becomes, well, what can I do?
Yeah.
Well,
it's a game changer. It's a game changer that he needs to use more. And if he does, I mean, this offense is going to be one of the best in the NFL.
Man, that was some awesome stuff.
I'm a Lions fan. I don't want to hear that. Hey, Brentley, man, we appreciate
Thank you
Give
so
him a follow.
much.
Brentley12 on X. Give him a follow there. Keep doing your thing, man. Enjoy Super Bowl week. All right.
We got
do a
trash
segment.
talking coming up. Uh-oh.
Tuesday, Brent. You might get trashed, by the way. If you said something crazy, just know it can happen. 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. Trash Talking Tuesday. We want to hear from you. It's the Odd Couple in San Francisco, Fox Sports Radio.
The biggest name that we talked about last year, snubbed again this year. Eli Manning, for the second consecutive year, was a finalist, did not NOT get the votes required to actually get into Canton. And we've talked about this ad nauseum. Eli Manning, whether he's in or he's not, is going to be a Hall of Fame outlier. Because if he gets in, eventually, he'll join Joe Namath and Sonny Jurgensen as the only modern quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame without a winning record at starter. But since he's not in, he currently joins Jim Plunkett as the only quarterbacks not in who have multiple Super Bowl wins. Kelvin, Washington, did the voters get it right?
They got it right. They got it right. And again, it's not this is what we talk about. When you're supposed to name people, it's supposed to be, Barry Sanders, Deion Sanders, Joe Montana, guys that you're like, yes.
Not the Pro
Hall
Football
Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer, absolutely. And so when you think of Eli, you think of he was good. He had a couple, few years. He was really good. And, yeah, that's it. There's nothing spectacular. He absolutely got in the Super Bowl and had a few good throws, for sure. Absolutely. That's it. And it's really that simple to me. He's not a Hall of Famer, and that's okay. It's not an indictment. Doesn't mean he wasn't a good player. Doesn't mean he didn't have a nice career. He's got 2 Super Bowl rings. Life is good. He's got the show with his brother. He's got a bunch of money. Toast of the town in New York. Like, why does he have to be in the Super Bowl? Just because 2 reasons. His last name is Manning, and he beat Brady. So that has to be the reason why you get in the Hall of Fame. I don't see it. I don't agree, and that's one of the
I want to make a bet
things
with you
that
on
we
this.
get in. Yes,
let's make a bet
on what?
On him getting in the Hall of Fame or not? You say he's not. You say he could be.
I would never bet
Why not?
that because I just told you there's 2 reasons. It won't be out of merit of him.
It is going to be out of merit.
It will be because
he beat the 18-0 Patriots. He beat the 18-0 Patriots. Are you kidding me?
In one game.
It ain't no one game.
It is literally one game.
If he had a one-off and won one Super Bowl like Matthew Stafford, then maybe I would be on your side. He won 2 Super Bowls and has 2 Super Bowl MVPs. Rob G, look up how many guys who have won 2 Super Bowl MVPs who are not in the Hall of Fame, and there's only one guy, and he's going to get in. So you making this case that they got it right? No, this is no. This is what this committee does and why it's flaky anyway. I just told you, Chris Carter took 6 years. You could go on and on and on. T.O.'s one of the best receivers. It
no
took
doubt about that.
4 years for him to get in, and we know the whole time it was ridiculous. And if you honestly don't believe Eli's going to get in, then you haven't watched football.
What? Are you kidding me?
No, you haven't watched football.
There's nothing. At no point was he ever one of the best quarterbacks. I didn't even say the.
It's funny because he also, during the same time in career of Matthew Stafford, went to the Pro Bowl 3 times during the same time when Stafford was there, and Stafford didn't go. So he was at least better than Matthew Stafford during those 3 years, right?
Alleged. I'd have to look up the exact years.
How did he get in? He got the Pro Bowl.
Was that
over.
a year Matthew Stafford was injured?
No.
I'd have to look at that.
Look it up.
I
3
will.
years.
Well, and also, that is a team thing. You know that.
No,
if your team is 8-9 and your other team is 11
you said he was
6,
bad, so the Giants were bad.
Matthew Stafford is a better quarterback than Eli Manning. 90% of people would say that.
No, he's not.
Eli Manning had a good career.
No,
got
he's
a couple
not.
of rings, but at no point was people were going into it. We got to shut down Eli
has
Manning.
Most signature throws in the history of the NFL. Two?
He's got 2.
And we talk about it all the time.
He literally has 2 throws.
Somebody can get 1, but 2?
And that's it. You know the Hall of Fame is not Hall of 2 games. It's the Hall of your whole career. And there's been nothing about him that puts him on that level. That's my thing. There's nothing about him that puts him on a Hall of Fame level. Your favorite quarterback is who? Who's the GOAT?
A guy, Joe Montana, who has
Eli would be near.
Who has 4 Super Bowl MVPs, who's 4-0 in the Super Bowl.
And I'm okay with him being your GOAT.
Eli is 2-0.
And the idea that Eli
and beat Tom Brady, your alleged GOAT, 2 times.
And the idea that Eli Manning is anywhere near in the same room as Joe Montana is crazy. That's crazy. Eli Manning has 2 throws. That's it.
He doesn't have 2 throws because, first of all, he didn't throw a game-winning touchdown on the helmet catch. He still needed to throw.
That was a touchdown. That wasn't an amazing throw
to Plaxico Burress.
That wasn't an amazing throw.
But I'm just saying. But
guys
that
throw
was
touchdowns in the Super Bowl every year.
But he had to throw. He didn't win it on a lucky.
Every year someone throws a touchdown.
He didn't win it on no
interception.
lucky throw. He still had to win the game.
He literally is
so
the Hall.
ridiculous.
He's the Hall of Mid. 117 in his record. Listen to his completion percentage. He barely got over. It's 60.3. Barely. And then you make fun of Sam Darnold, who had 20 total turnovers this year. Well, your boy Eli, 20 in one year, 25 in another year, 27 in another year. Those are just interceptions, not even to mention fumbles. Eli Manning had a fine career. That should be the end of it. Is the Odd Couple. He's Rob. I'm Kelvin. We are here. Super Bowl week in San Francisco, Radio Row, having a great time. Thank you, Brentley Weissman, former NFL scout. Just joined us, had a good conversation with him. We'll get that up on the pod in just a little bit. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection. With convenient installation options like mobile tire installation, TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Rob, you know what time it is now. It is time for Trash Talking Tuesday.
Let's do it.
Don't you It's Trash Talking Tuesday.
It's your teeth, Reggie. I don't know whether to smile at you or kick a field goal, man.
All right, let's kick it off. How about Alan in New Mexico? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Alan?
I want to trash FSR, and I'm sorry. I love this channel. Listen to it morning, day, and night. But my lunch hour has been screwed by them putting on Jay Stu. I want to listen to sports talk radio, not talk radio. And that's all they do on Jay Stu is talk. They don't talk about sports. It's just annoying to me.
Jay Stu Stu Gotts.
All right, thanks, Alan. Okay, we got you.
Rip Jay Stu. I like that. That's funny.
Jay Stu
has nothing to do with it, but he's taking all the L's.
He's
today.
talking about Stu Gotts' show, I guess.
Yeah, he's picking one of the Stews is what he was saying.
All right,
thank
Malcolm.
you.
Malcolm in Delaware, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Malcolm?
I'm trashing the people who don't value Eli Manning. And I'm not a New York-based fan, but what Eli Manning did in his career deserves the Hall of Fame because one of the years that he stopped the what I call pastry pots, He did it when they had a perfect season. He won the Super Bowl, and he did it with a 65-yard drive at the end of the game. And then he proved he could do it twice because he stopped him twice in his career. But he's not in the Hall of Fame. I want to know why, because I think Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer.
All right, Malcolm, appreciate that. Came strong to the mic.
I think he was
How
taking shots
about
at me.
Jackie in Oregon? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Jackie?
Hey, guys. How are ya?
Doing great.
Thank you.
I agree with Alan. Please don't get mad. I can't stand Stugots. They're not funny. They're always trying to think they're being funny, but they're stupid.
Okay, Jackie.
All right.
I'd like to have this time
2 minutes
for maybe Monty and Dan Beyer.
All right. Thank you,
All right.
Jackie.
No doubt.
Appreciate it. How about Andrew in Chicago? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Andrew?
What up, Rob and Kel? Rob, I'm loving.
Where's Monty? Get it right now.
Just want to say that real quick.
What'd you say, Andrew?
You're loving the what?
I'm loving my White Sox move real quick. I wanted to mention that, Rob. You know, I'm a diehard White Sox fan.
No doubt. I got you, buddy.
I just wanted to say I'm trashing James Harden. I've never met or even seen a crybaby this bad like him. Not happy, change teams. Not happy, change teams. I don't know why the NBA and owners aren't just like, no, you're going to sit down. Like, they're just giving him what he wants, and that's who I'm trashing. Just crybaby Harden. Not happy, go to a new team.
Hey, I hear you, Andrew, my man. Appreciate you. How about Adam in D.C.? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Adam?
1 minute.
Man, you know y'all my guys on my favorite radio show, but I gotta get you, Kelvin. And no, it's not for your amazing takes, man. It's for you not being loyal to your barber. Hey, man, you a black dude and you going out of town getting your hair cut, you raw dogging haircuts. That's insane, buddy. And I'm glad you can't say that from back. You know what, Rob? I think the only thing is I hope my man went to Oakland and not San Francisco, go in looking like Kelvin, come out looking like Frank Ocean. Get it together, man.
Hey, if it's any consolation,
even Kawhi thought that was funny.
I stayed with Darrell. Shout out to my barber Darrell back in L.A. He got me. I didn't do it. I didn't get cut here. That is pretty funny though.
You can't cheat on your barber. You already know
raw
that.
Dog and a barber is crazy.
It is crazy.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
My man Darryl hit me up with my haircut before I left.
Yeah,
I ain't doing that.
We had to get right. All right, we got a lot more coming up on the other side as well, including the Seahawks, the greatest team ever. We got to talk about it.
We are Fox Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in, and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Live from Radio Row in San Francisco. Rob G sitting in because Kelvin and Rob can't stop glad-handing and meeting with all the people.
Hey.
They are two big social butterflies for their own good.
Well, you need to join us. You should have taken off the air and bringing it on the air. You need to be more social and rub elbows and network and do all that good stuff.
And if you don't believe me, check out the brand new YouTube channel where you can see these guys walking off the set to go say hi to everybody.
Unbelievable. Well, what did they say on the Odd Mob was ripping me
today?
Because during your read,
Oh yeah, when I had the Weeble read, you was hating on it.
I walked in front. They said I was walking like a zombie. What they say?
Wow.
Rob is zombie walking because I just was walking. I had no idea where I was walking in front of the
here
camera.
like, man, would you move so they can see me and tell them about Weeble? That is funny. And Rob G, stop snitching. All right, we got back on time. That's all that matters.
That's right. It's all good. Coming up in about 28 minutes, we will talk with Antonio Daniels, NBA champ, Sirius XM, NBA radio, Pelicans TV analyst, and of course, a Fox Sports Radio NBA analyst. And last call, we have all that and much more to get to. Before we go to our big Fox Sports Radio dinner, all the bosses are in town. We're going to go there. Are you doing lamb chops? You doing steak?
Have you been to a Brazilian steakhouse before, right?
Yeah.
So meaning, you know they're just keep.
No, I know
that
it keeps coming. You got to keep it going.
So,
but I'm saying, what are you?
Pork belly is my go-to. Like that's my favorite. Oh yeah, they give you some nice slices of pork belly. That's delicious. Some of the steak, it's different cuts of the steak, so you can kind of get a different cut. What else? Lamb. I don't think they give you chops though.
No, they do.
Is it chops?
Yeah.
Thought it was just lamb. Okay, it might be chops. You might be right.
I've had lamb chops.
Yeah. What else? It's good eating, man.
I might have. I'm going to try to set the record. Are you ready?
Wait, set the record straight or break an eating record?
My goal is 12 lamb chops tonight.
That's insane. I can see you doing that.
Rob, why?
12 lamb chops.
Why?
I don't.
Oh, God. That's all we're going to have to hear tomorrow. Oh, Rob G, I was so sick last night. I couldn't stop going to the toilet. I needed all the dew wipes. I can hear it already.
I don't see a 76 nearby, Kelvin.
Yeah, oh, man. I was bare cheeking the hotel
Alex,
toilet all day.
Rob.
I had to change rooms. It was so bad in there.
I had to call room. Alex, I had to ask for a plunger.
Rob, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
I know, but Alex, you know what? I just think I don't want to waste it.
But that's not. Do you want to try some other ones?
No,
not just the lamb chops.
These lambs have been slaughtered. I'm just saying.
Hey, he's going biblical on us. Sacrificial lambs. What are you, Abraham?
Alex, I just would feel bad that I didn't just decide to eat as many lambs as I could tonight.
First of all, listen, but there are other meats there.
Well, you always making animal sounds. You're a dolphin.
Oh, yeah,
The dolphin one is the best one.
Right, Alex, he's a dolphin. Now he's a lamb.
You don't want to put them other meats in your mouth?
Wow. Dolphin, how are you?
No, I'm just saying.
Alex got that one.
Alex.
I'm just
Unbelievable.
You only focusing on the lamb chops.
No, tonight I'm trying to do what did I have last night? I had a filet, right?
Yeah. But I'm
I
talking
didn't
about
have lamb chops tonight.
But you have to have 12 of them?
I want to try to do 12 lamb chops tonight.
All right.
So you're going to be here all day, right? Your room will be available if I need it.
Elijah and Soccer, they'll be there, right? You guys are coming. Great. We'll get this on film to see. We'll document you getting the 12 lamb chops.
I'll get to 12.
We'll throw it up on the gram.
Boy,
Odd Couple FSR.
Mary did not have no little lamb. Not when she was around you.
That's right.
That little lamb was eating.
Well, Monty's coming, and she's a vegetarian. So if they can't say,
I'm eating Monty's lamb.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
There it is.
Wait, what's she? She's definitely coming for the fellowship because there's a Brazilian steakhouse.
Salads there.
They have salad.
They do not.
What?
I mean, they
got,
but it is
not
not.
like you're not known for a salad.
No. Well, if it's how it normally, they will have a really big. They do have like a bar.
I hate to break it to
salad bar,
Monty. That's
pasta
why
bar.
she was invited because they knew that she wasn't going to eat any meat.
They're like, oh, that's the one. That's one person we ain't got to worry about.
I hope Alex didn't clip that.
You don't
want
to put the other meats in your mouth. I'm just saying. You're focusing on lamb chops.
All right, look. What are you trying to do here tonight?
Okay, that one was. I set that one up. That one I knew when I did that one. All right.
Oh,
Rob G, you've been over here trying to convince us
I'm not trying to
I
convince
don't give a
anybody.
dang what your stats say. Tell us about the Seattle Seahawks and what the stats say.
I give you numbers, and you decide how you want to interpret them. Now, we've been talking about these
Is this the
Seahawks.
presidential election or something else? I'm just trying.
Something like that.
No, that was funny.
We've been talking about the Seahawks coming into the playoffs, right? They were the odds-on favorite in Vegas to win the Super Bowl. Heavy favorites, and still nobody on a national level was picking them, right? Maybe in corners of Seattle on KJR, they were like, hey, watch out for this team. They're going to make a run to the Lombardi Trophy. Flash forward now to earlier this week, and DVOA has become like the nerd's favorite stat when it comes to football.
So yours.
I'm not a nerd.
Oh, oops. I don't said that aloud.
So, like, people talk about EPA, expected points added, point differential, all these different things, total offense. Like, no. DVOA is the one that they say is the best indicator for whether or not you are actually a good team or you just happen to win games.
I thought it was good soap. I'm not all crazy about it.
And so
That's some good soap.
DVOA released over the weekend their breakdown ahead of this week's game. And it says, yes, this New England Patriots team, when you factor in the playoffs, is now considered a good team to very good team. But this Seattle Seahawks team, when you factor in the regular season and the postseason, is now being viewed as a historically great team. In fact, DVOA has this Seahawks group as the 6th best team in NFL history since 1978. The 5 teams ahead of them all played for the Super Bowl. 4 of them won the Super Bowl. The one that didn't was the 17-1 New England Patriots.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Guys, if they get this done on Sunday, they host up the Lombardi. They are heavy favorites to do so.
What's the spread now?
It was 4.5 last night.
That's not that heavy to me.
In a Super Bowl is a big number.
4.5?
On a neutral site is a big number.
What was last year? Do you remember?
It was the 1.5.
Is that all it was?
Yeah. So, guys, if they get it done as they are expected to do, will you then acknowledge that Sam Darnold and company are one of the greatest teams in NFL history?
Never will you ever hear me say that about this Seattle team. This Seattle team is very well-rounded. We've talked about it for the last week or two. They have all the aspects you need. Sam Darnold has played well. The running game is good. They got some nice receivers. JSN is crazy good. And the defense has been special as well. Special teams is nice. However, you know my theory, Rob G and Rob P. I've been telling y'all, you can't be that special. Dang it, if you don't even have a nickname. Okay, where do you want to name the sport? Let's stay. Matter of fact, I'll do you one. Let's stay in Seattle, and let's go back a handful of years, and let's go to the Legion of what? The Legion of Boom. They had beast mode. You had guys with nicknames, a team with nicknames. They were known for something.
Kelvin, I'm going to stop you.
Yes.
Okay, because if they win, what would you be saying? Okay, say I'm just going to get – what's your conversation about not having a nickname and they blow out the Patriots and they win by 3 touchdowns?
The answer is,
what would that be?
The answer is yes, by data and DOVA stats, yes, statistically, but they won't be on your mind as a team. You don't. When you think of the '85 Bears, when you think about the greatest show on turf, when you think about some of those Broncos teams, I can go down the list. This team won't be a team that you would think of, and it's not a knock on them. They did their job. They were good during the regular season, good during the postseason, and in this scenario, we're saying they would win the Super Bowl. They absolutely would deserve the credit. But what I'm saying is, it ain't always just about stats, and that's where sports has gone wrong. It's a mixture of things. It's a mixture of the eye test. It's a mixture of the stats, and it's a mixture of how we remember in the lexicon of the sport, the legacy that you will leave. And to me, so far, they haven't done enough. Right now, if they come back to back, or they start to do something, then you got something. But to me, you got to have something else that makes us other than just I can point to some stat that the average person doesn't know when I'm saying you're one of the greatest teams. You get what I mean? You think of that 85 Bears, you're like, woo.
That's
you
fine,
think of
but
those
they had
Cowboys, those of the 90s.
They had a
the
defense there on the 85 Bears, right? I get all that, but just saying them not having a nickname is the reason why. I just think I just don't buy into all those stats. They have a quarterback who had the most turnovers in the regular season. They gave up 500 yards to the Rams in the play. Really? Like you talk about some of the great teams. How could the team that gave up 500 yards at home They won the game. Don't get me wrong, but was that a stellar defense? That wasn't the defense that we've been talking about all year to me. And you have a quarterback who played great, and you hear people. He's bound to have one. You know, like he's been throwing interceptions and fumbling the ball. Kelvin, you'd be surprised if he has a clean game, wouldn't you?
Yeah, clean game for sure. And that leads to the point, too, when you think about these great teams, Rob. Like I think of that 94 San Francisco 49er team, up since we're up here in San Francisco. They were incredible. Steve Young was incredible. On both sides of the ball, they were deep. And they blew the backs off the Pittsburgh Steelers. So to me, there's just there's a nice contingency of teams that I would think of before I would think of them, even despite these numbers that Rob G spit. Now again, quality team. I'm sure AI and data services will want to say, well, if you look at it statistically, they did this. I believe you. But dang it, I want my team with some something to it where I can remember them and I can say the greatest show on turf, and you would know who I'm talking about. You know, like I mentioned, you can think of those Denver Broncos teams. You just more to it than just simply, well, the numbers add up for them. And especially, you keep bringing it up. Most people don't even believe in the quarterback. I'll be one of the people that has said they think he's turned the corner for the most part. He's never going to be great, but he's turned the corner. Then you can't be. They're not even bigger than the Legion of Boom.
Okay, so here's the question. You're saying
were they on the list?
The Legion of Boom? No. So here's the question.
And that says a lot right there.
So here's the question. They're 16-3 this year.
Mm-hmm.
All three of their losses by a combined 9 points. So when they lose, it's very tight.
That's
okay?
impressive.
Their offense, second in scoring, seventh in yards. Defense, first in scoring, seventh in yards, first in third down. Their defense is incredible.
Did you even think of them offensively as a high-scoring team, though? I don't even think.
No, because they turn the ball over so much.
Right, that's the reason, right?
So you brought up the Redskins, right? The 91 Redskins won their Super Bowl by 2 scores, okay? The 19, so this is in order of the greatest teams ever, according to DVOA. The 85 Bears won their Super Bowl by 36 points, okay? The 2007 Patriots lost, so we'll exclude them.
Mm-hmm.
The 89 Niners won theirs by 45 points, and the 96 Packers won theirs by 14. So again, maybe I'll ask the question again. If they win by 2+ scores, will that change anything for you?
Not for me.
So there's nothing they could possibly do that would lead you to believe
that's
that they're
okay,
the great
because they don't need Kelvin Washington to think they're one of the top 5 greatest teams of all time.
Yeah, Rob G, it's not only, and I get the numbers that you have, and I'm not, there's also a feel about a team.
100%.
And I just don't have that feel like I'm watching something that I never saw before, or that elite where you go, my God, they're a machine. I haven't seen this or seen that. And I think that's what separates it. Even with the numbers in their favor, they don't feel like that to me. If they go out, seriously, and Sam Darnold has a bad night, I know you're tired of hearing it, but if he does, just say they lose.
Yeah.
Nobody will remember this team. Am I right, Rob G?
That's my point. No one
will remember this team at all.
And some of those other teams that we referenced, if you look at the
even the Patriots, you don't remember them. They know what I mean.
They were 1 game away
no,
from the
I know.
perfect season.
I understand.
Yeah, but you do remember too, because they had the score the most points, and Randy Moss set the record.
It was unbelievable. Tom Brady had 50 touchdowns.
And that's what I mean. Some of those Chiefs teams, you remember when you always talk about it, back when Patrick Mahomes was that guy throwing crazy amounts of touchdowns. And there's no identifying thing with this team, right? You just told me second offense. Not a human being outside of Seattle would think of that. You know, and the defense is good, but we got the Bucs defense, those 2-time Ravens defense, whichever one you want, some of those Giants defense.
Right.
I mean, you can go down the list, the 85 Bears. So there's no identifying factor where you go, man, that team was special because of X, Y, Z. Greatest show on turf was lighting you up, points every Marshall Faulk MVP.
We always talk about
Kurt
that
Warner MVP.
That Bears team was so much about their defense that they carried Buddy Ryan off the field.
That's true.
Right? With Mike Ditka.
Somebody better come get me.
The offense picked up Ditka, and the defense picked up Buddy Ryan.
And they had one of some people's favorite running back, best running back, and Walter Payton. Like, you got to have some identifiable things in order to be that. I mean, and they don't have that. But again, they have been great, and they're going to say, we don't give a dang what Kelvin and Rob are talking about when they're looking at their shiny Super Bowl rings and showing their grandkids.
So just to put a bow on this, the number 7 team in DVOA history is a team that didn't make the Super Bowl. So that's probably why you'll never remember that.
There you go. What team is it, please?
Let me think. Give me an error. Don't tell me exact year.
It happened within the last 5 years.
Wow.
And they did not make
the Super Bowl. That's why nobody remembers them as an all-time great team. even though all the numbers, which you guys have talked about when it happened and have talked about since then, but nobody talks about him as a great team.
What's it?
because they
Lamar
failed.
Jackson,
Lamar Jackson,
I knew it.
2023.
They were an unbelievable team.
That team,
Yep.
in terms of offense, defense, for everything.
I knew it was a Ravens team.
That's
one
a great
of the
call,
greatest
yeah.
teams of all time, but because they fumbled it away, literally in the AFC Championship game.
Hey, Zay
Nobody
Flowers
followed
on
it.
line one.
Yeah, that team was incredible. And they've had talent-wise and just productivity. Man, they've had some squads. I mean, because we were
And
talking
remember,
about
they hosted the AFC Championship game.
and they held the Chiefs to, what was it, 10 points for most of the game till the end?
They only lost by, what did they lose by, 5 or something like that?
It might have been a
7,
touchdown. It was
one
a touchdown.
touchdown.
It was
All
like
right.
17,
but they didn't
10
get
or
blown
something like
out.
that.
It was like 17-10. You're right.
They were right there, and that's why I was blown away how they wasted that. That's why you just can't waste those opportunities, because people in Baltimore will go, they're going to get another one.
Right.
You never know.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Would a Super Bowl victory make the Seahawks squad one of the greatest teams of all time? 877-99 on Fox. We'll continue that conversation next with you. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
Unless you're looking to try some other things. What was it, Kelvin, in the US of A?
You don't want to put the other meats in your mouth?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, my.
On this anti-Aaron Glenn train for about a year now.
I have.
Yeah, you have. You didn't give him a shot.
No.
So
they got off to the worst start of any Jets coach. Now that's saying a lot.
That's saying
Guys,
a lot.
just the timeline of the Aaron Glenn experience with the Jetropolitans. First day on the job, one of the first days, has Aaron Rodgers fly in on his own dime to tell him to his face, we're not interested in you. We're moving somewhere else. Which is fine, it's his prerogative, but it is what it is. He then pivoted from Aaron Rodgers to Justin Fields as his QB1, and then promptly benched Justin Fields midway through the season for journeyman Tyrod Taylor. He then followed that up, as you mentioned, Rob, having the worst start by any Jets coach in franchise history. Culminated the season by, again, a defensive-minded coach becoming the first team in the modern era to go an entire season without recording a single interception.
Kelvin, you got to admit, that is mind-boggling.
It's an
Am I right?
impossibility.
Impossible.
Everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
CJ Stroud throws you one.
Right.
Minimum one.
Jameis Winston throws you one.
And so it all came to a head earlier today where Aaron Glenn continued the house cleaning of the Jets coaching staff. He parted ways with offensive coordinator Tanner Eggstrand after just one season. Of course, I'll get after one season. Add him to the list, which includes...
Listen to this list.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive coordinator Steve Wilks, out.
Go.
Eggstrand, out. DB's coach, friend of the show, Dre Bly, out. Quarterbacks coach, Charles London, out. Defensive line coach, Eric Washington, out. Passing game coordinator, Scott Turner, out. Linebackers coach, Aaron Curry, out. And a slew of other lower-level assistants that names don't even get in the program. So basically, in the eyes of Aaron Glenn, everybody but him was the problem with the Jets last season.
Okay. Is this on? Because I'm just going to call it the way I see it. I am the biggest proponent, and I've talked about it. Everybody's now on this ticket about there were 10 NFL head coaching jobs opening. And what did I say, Kelvin, last week? That they won't be filled by a black coach, right?
Right.
So I'm all about opportunity and all of that. That black coaches should have opportunities of being head coaches. But when it comes to Aaron Glenn, he's bad news for the black coaches. Okay? He just is. And I'm going to say this. I don't know how Woody Johnson didn't fire Aaron Glenn. As much as I'm a proponent that black coaches deserve opportunities, I'm not going to protect them if they don't do the job. Aaron Glenn should have been fired. Proof positive is that he's fired everybody that he hired. He didn't come to the Jets with a staff in place or a quarterback in place. No, this was all his doing. His hands are on it. How in the world could an owner look at a coach and go, you came here, you hired your guy, your guy, your guy, your guy, you put this staff together. We had an awful year. You wanted this quarterback. People laughed at the Jets that they gave Justin Fields a 2-year guarantee, right? They were like, what? Nobody else was offering him that 1 year and an option. But he got 2 years guaranteed and a guaranteed starting job. He didn't even have to earn it. Okay? This was him. Go back if you don't believe me and go read the quotes about Justin Fields. You know what he said? As a defensive coordinator, Justin Fields was the hardest guy to put up a defense against. That's what he claimed. That you didn't know how to defend Justin Fields. And he was obviously in the NFC North with the Bears, and he was in the NFC North with the Lions, so he saw Justin Fields. He was enamored by him. So all the coaches are gone. The quarterback is gone, and yet you get to stick around. Terrible. This is why the Jets haven't won a Super Bowl since the Louisiana Purchase. For real. You keep on, they got bad luck. They have a bad owner. Dude, what face are you trying to save? He should have been fired when he's firing everybody else. Woody Johnson should have said, you know what? I thought about it. You know what? You should be fired too. And here's my point. You'll say, that's unfair. He only got 1 year. The Raiders did the right thing with Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll, right, who has a more impressive resume than Aaron Glenn. He won a Super Bowl. He went to 2 Super Bowls. He won in college at USC. And after an absolute horrific year, they could have given Pete Carroll the benefit of the doubt, Kelvin, giving him 1 more year to say, Pete, you had a bad year.
He has a ring at least.
Right. And you know what they did? They showed him the door. They didn't stand on principle, or they don't want to be embarrassed because they hired him and it's going to be embarrassing and we got to pay Pete Carroll. They said, Pete, thank you. Take you and your sons and hit the road.
Alex, I hear what you're doing over here. It's the odd couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Trash Talking Tuesday, spirited one. I even got smoked on this one for wanting to get a different haircut. On the way, Antonio Daniels, NBA champ, Sirius XM NBA Radio, Pelicans. I'm not about to read all. You know all the stuff he does. AD's getting ready to join us in a little bit. And also, ready to tackle your financial goals. Webull, that's right, Webull makes it simple to start investing. Powerful tools, real-time data, all in one app. Get started at Webull.com or download the Webull app today. Go check them out. All right, 877-99 on Fox. We're taking some calls about this conversation. Rob G, being a sports nerd number geek guy, has told us that the Seahawks are the 6th best team ever, and especially if they win the Super Bowl, Rob, they might go up even further. Me and you both we normally don't agree on much. We both agree that ain't the case with this
Boulder
team.
Dash Poppycock.
Yeah, that sounds like something going to get over at the Brazilian Steakhouse.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, let me get a plate of the Boulder Dash.
And the Poppycock.
And the Poppycock, yeah, Sagar with the Poppycock. But
why Saga got to get Poppycock?
Because that's my foodie buddy. See, let me tell you why you're not my
Saga,
foodie.
unbelievable.
Let me tell you why. All you want to eat is like 3 things. Hot dogs, glizzy, as Elijah just said. You just want the glizzies.
I had a glizzy in my mouth.
Unbelievable.
Chicken, and then yes, maybe a steak if they're dying, if somebody else is paying for it, someone else is dying. That's it. You don't want to branch out. You don't like Chinese food. You don't want sushi. You don't want Mediterranean. You don't like who doesn't like Mexican food?
I don't hate Mexican food. It just doesn't.
You sound like how a racist sounds.
What?
I don't hate black people. I just
what? Alex, do I have to eat Mexican food?
Yes,
Rob. You live in L.A.
There's literally a burrito named after us, California Burrito, Rob.
And you've been in LA.
Did they name a burrito after us?
Yes.
What is it called?
California
burrito.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
No, you thought
Come
it
on,
was
Rob.
the odd couple burrito.
Yeah, I was going to.
No, you don't eat burritos, Rob.
I would bite that.
Yeah, because you would ask him to stuff Ralph's baked chicken in it, and that would be the only thing.
What?
Hey, yo!
You are so lucky that Calvin kept talking.
Yes.
What?
Alex, you didn't get that
I would take
clean.
a bite out of that.
Close.
Oh, yeah, you would. Well, he's taking many bites out of glizzies. We have a million drops of those. We have
No,
a
I need
million
more.
drops of those.
They call Rob
Not
Glizzy
anymore. They
Goblin.
got Alex and I had a come to Jesus. Those are all gone.
You'd had enough?
Are they?
Oh, you know he got a file.
Alex,
Let's
no.
just keep it
Lamb
on
chops say they aren't, Rob.
Rob knows how to work a computer. They're somewhere on there.
And by the way, I just told all our bosses that you're trying to
set a record?
Yeah,
What'd they say?
They already were shaking their head. They heard you.
Okay.
They said, Mr. 2 Dinners, we know.
Yeah.
Can I get it to go?
They already knew. Mr. 2 Dinners.
Scott, does my
Some
per diem
people
have
know
it
the
to go?
2 chains. Some people know the 2 dinners.
All right.
All right, let's take a few
All right, here
calls.
we go. Yes, 877-99 on Fox. What about Marshall in Minnesota? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Marshall?
What's up, guys? Hey, don't let these haters tell you how to eat. You eat what you want to eat, brother.
Thank you, Marshall. I am. Thank you,
Branch
Marshall.
out. Try something new, Marshall. Come on, man.
12? That's a lot. I'm just saying, he's trying something new. He's going for the record.
I'm going for the record. 12 lamb chops in San Francisco.
Exactly. Anyways, I was going to say, though, it's so silly to say this team's one of the best. And the main reason that is he already said it. They haven't been, like, super favorites for every single game leading up, right? So when you watch the Rams, when they lost in the Super Bowl in 2000, nobody expected them to lose. That's why it was a big upset. If the Seahawks lose to the Patriots in the Super Bowl, nobody's going to be like, I never saw that coming. I mean, if you're a great team, you're expected to win every single game. And if Seattle's being doubted every single game, I just don't understand how you could possibly say that.
Marshall?
And I think the nickname thing is true.
Yeah, it's just, and I'm not saying you.
But my only
have to,
thing is, I hear you with the nickname, but I'm just saying if they would have blown them out and win big,
True.
you know what I mean? You would be like, that nickname thing doesn't really fit in.
I think it's more that you got to win every single game. And people want to be like, oh, they're so good.
Right.
You know, this guy's the greatest quarterback. We're not hearing that. He's the greatest wide receiver. We're not hearing that.
Well,
so it's kind of hard to say this is the greatest team.
No doubt. All right,
He's
Marshall.
good. He's no Jay Rice.
Yep, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. What about Orlando? Thank you. Orlando in Texas. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Orlando?
Hey, what's up, guys?
How are you?
This is why you do good. Thank you, guys. This is why these damn nerds should stay away from the game. You cannot rely on the analytics, man. They're just so unreliable. This is what ruined basketball with this whole 3 is bigger than 2 thing, all this nonsense. Baseball also had a problem with analytics. They have scaled it back, and guess what? Their game came back in popularity.
Yes, sir. Hey, Orlando, spot on. They did get out of that finally.
And listen, to Kelvin's point, there's certain teams that have an aura, like the 2013 Seahawks. They have 4 Hall of Famers on that defense. There's certain teams that have an aura about them. You can't tell this Seahawks team doesn't have that, other than JSN, I think. The way he's projecting right now.
Right.
But that 2013 Seahawks was so impressive. But again, let's just call it what it is. These damn nerds should stay away from the game with their damn.
All right, Orlando. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Nerds, get off my lawn.
That's not fair. This Seahawks team could have several Hall of Fame.
Think so?
It's early, but their left tackle, on a good start. JSN is already on a great start. And they got
still a long way to go.
He might be Odell Beckham Jr.
Right, but what I'm saying is, it's not like you didn't know back then with the Legion of Boom. Sherman, Thomas,
but in real
Marshawn
time,
Lynch.
you knew they had an aura. You knew they had something.
No,
about
you knew they
them.
had a nickname.
But you can't get that without
Nobody
something
knew
to
who
it.
Richard Sherman was until he had the Aaron Andrews interview.
No, that's not true.
No,
we
they
didn't
did
know.
not.
No. What I'm saying is, as we started to watch them play, laying people out, making a point, and making a name about
The
it. We're
guy
the Legion
laying
of
people
Boom.
out is the one who's not in the Hall of Fame, or is not going to be in the Hall of Fame.
It's the whole team. Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman, Beast Mode. They had a whole thing about them. They were hard-nosed, and we liked that. And we like, man, look at this team. And that's the point.
All right, let's squeeze one more in before we get the update from Steve, and then we get to Antonio Daniels. We'll do that and much more. But Mo in San Diego, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Mo?
What's up, guys? Thanks for taking my call. I want to give you some props. Because of guys like you, I actually launched a YouTube channel not too long ago, and you guys have inspired me for years listening to y'all, taking calls like this, so I give you a lot of props. Kelvin, you go all the way back to KSPN, so I want to give you guys some props for that because you typically have a voice, so I really appreciate you.
Well, Mo, that means more than you ever know,
Yes,
Rob
thank
and I,
you.
man. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. Good luck
Sincerely,
on your
bro.
channel, too.
No doubt.
No doubt about YouTube channel, HM Sports Academy. We just got started this year. Very, very, very new, but it's still been fun doing it. I'm going to comment, though, on the topic real quick, a couple of nuggets. I think that the reason that this team doesn't have that type of aura is because they don't have anything on the front end or the back end as far as the seasons are concerned that show any consistency. Did they even make the playoffs last year? A lot of these teams that we talked about,
they didn't make the playoffs, right? You're right. It's a one-off.
And so next year, let's see if they do this again, and then we can maybe reflect back and say, okay, that team was really great, and we were on to something. But until you become like one of those teams, a lot of these teams that we're talking about, they were almost better the year before or the year after, even if they didn't go back-to-back, and you can check the record on that. They were good teams sustained, and we don't have that. But I will say this, that Baltimore Ravens team that we were talking about in 2023, the defensive coordinator, that was McDonald. And he had that team loaded and playing lights out.
That's how you get the job. That's how
I got it.
No doubt. All right, hey, Mo,
back to that.
we appreciate you. Thank you so
All
much.
the best with your YouTube channel, man. Stay at it. Don't stop. Keep
And
going.
make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're still trying to get over the 20,000 point mark, 20,000 subscriber mark.
Where we at right now? Keep a ticker on that tracker. All right. On the way, AD, Antonio Daniels. There's been some movement in the association. We'll talk to him about that
He's
right
probably
now.
disgusted.
We'll talk to him in a moment. Steve DeSager right now getting you set on what's trending. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve. Hey there. NBA trade deadline is Thursday. The Clippers are dealing James Harden to Cleveland for Darius Garland. Memphis traded Jaren Jackson to Utah as part of an 8-player deal. The Celtics acquired Nikola Vucevic from the Bulls for Anthony Simons. Detroit picked up Kevin Huerter from Chicago in a 3-team trade. The Bulls got Jaden Ivey. The late game, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, will at Portland, losers of 5 straight, hosting Phoenix. In a half an hour, it's Philadelphia at Golden State, but for Philly, Joel Embiid is out for injury management, and for the Warriors, Steph Curry out again with the sore knee. New York has won again. The Knicks have won 7 straight. They won easily at Washington, 132-101. Pistons are holding on at home, 112-110 against Denver with 2 minutes to go. The Lakers lead big still at Brooklyn, 112-86. About 7.5 minutes left in that game. Luka Doncic, 24 points. He was named Player of the Month in the West. Jaylen Brown, a Boston Player of the Month in the East. By the way, LA's Austin Reeves came off the bench tonight. His first action since the calf injury on Christmas. He has 15 points off the bench. The Boston Celtics are leading at Dallas 68-56 mid-third quarter. In college basketball, number 23 Miami, Ohio 23-0 after a 73-71 victory at Buffalo. Among the 7 NHL games at Carolina, about a minute and a half left, Hurricanes lead 4-3 over Ottawa. The New York Giants' new offensive coordinator is Matt Nagy for new head coach John Harbaugh. Patriots owner Robert Kraft was reportedly reportedly not voted into the Hall of Fame this year, same as Bill Belichick. The class will be announced on Thursday. The College Football Playoff will not hold a quarterfinal on New Year's Eve this year to avoid going against an NFL Thursday game. And the World Golf Ranking for the first time will award ranking points to the top 10 finishers in live golf events, but it'll be fewer points than the PGA gets. Back to you.
Steve, thank you. Appreciate it. Have a great night. It's the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin, Washington. Here, Radio Row, day 2, Super Bowl week. Having an excellent time on a Trash Talking Tuesday. What a set we have for here at Super Week in San Francisco. The ViewSonic monitors emanating from our set. They give us the best look in the entire building for nearly 4 decades. ViewSonic has been a name people trust. With innovation in every screen, their display solutions help teams work better and move ideas forward with confidence. I got to say, our set looks amazing here. Follow me, follow Rob on the gram, follow the couple as well. We've been posting some great stuff. Or, again, check us out on YouTube. Antonio Daniels. By the way, AD, we're doing something big right now. 13 subscribers away from 20,000 on our YouTube channel.
Wow.
13. That's right.
Yeah.
We wanted it. We called for it early in the beginning of the show. Now we are 13 away.
Let's go. Let's push us over the 20,000 mark. 20,000 subscriber mark.
NBA champ, Sirius XM NBA radio, Pelicans TV analyst, Fox Sports Radio NBA analyst.
What's up, buddy? All this movement going on in the association. What's anything shocking you out there?
No, it hasn't even hit nothing big has really happened yet. The big thing is still coming. The oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened is still coming.
Is that Giannis? Is that what you're alluding to?
No. It's not. No, because I don't think it's just Giannis. I'm interested to see what happens with Giannis. I'm also interested to see what happens with Ja Morant. Because what Memphis did today, they basically said we are in the midst of a total rebuild.
Right. 100%.
Think about who this team was 4 years ago. Dylan Brooks is gone. Desmond Bain is gone. Jaren Jackson Jr. is gone. The only one that is still left standing is Ja Morant. And he's the one that's been at odds with the coach and with the organization, so it's a matter of time.
Is it he's still standing because he's not as attractive for a team? I mean, like if you're a general manager, you're rolling the dice.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, with your career, and if it goes south, Antonio, correct?
Yes. But you know how this works. Like, and again, I don't know a ton about Ja Morant. I don't know a ton about it, so I'm not going to sit here and act like I know a lot about it. But we've seen a lot of times in this league, sometimes guys just need a change of scenery. And you know the thing that we can't deny? 3 years ago, 2 years ago, he was the most electric player in the league. He was the most electric player in the league. People forget that. And I know some things have happened off the court. I get that. I completely grasp the concept. But if you don't have to give up a lot to acquire someone like Ja Morant, because it may be a low-risk, high-reward trade for a team out there.
Well, you mentioned the change of scenery, and at a certain point, that could be it, AD, because he just seems to. He doesn't like them right now. They don't like him. He's got the coach fired. Guys are gone, and it might do bode well somewhere else. Let's go to another guy who knows all about change of scenery, James Harden. He's going to another team now with the Cavaliers. You like this pairing with him and Donovan Mitchell? Is there another bigger play at large? Are they trying to maybe find a way to have something to entice Giannis or LeBron? That's what some rumors are out there in the rumor mills.
They still have a team constructed to go and get Giannis. So it's going to be interesting if Giannis ends up there with Milwaukee or with Miami or not with Milwaukee, but with
Cleveland,
with Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota.
Whoever that may be. But here's my thing, and credit to both sides. I wonder what the Cleveland Cavaliers know about Darius Garland and how severe his feet are. Because when you look at this, they basically, Darius Garland is, 25 years old?
Yeah, he's 10 years younger than Harden, yep.
But you're right. You're right, Antonio. When you give up a young guy like that, what do you know under the hood that we don't know?
What do you know? Right. What do you know? So when that car is on the lot, it looks great. And then when somebody purchases it and they drive it off, then it's like, oh, shoot, I didn't realize this was wrong. And now that car spends the majority of the time in the shop. I wonder what the Cleveland Cavaliers know about Darius Garland's health. Because I'm not saying James Harden's not a great player. He is a great player. But to give up on a 26-year-old, 25-year-old for a 36-year-old, I'm just wondering. I'm wondering what they know.
Yeah, I brought that up earlier. That's a good move if you're the Clippers. You get younger and you get a guy with more energy, and he can still get a bucket and create for others. And Harden, I mean, we've seen the ultimate goal for Cleveland at this point is to win a championship. We've seen Harden's troubles, including just this last postseason, AD, where he only put up 7 points in a Game 7, had a chance to beat the Nuggets. You thought their leader would come through, 2 of 8. So his playoff shortcomings, it seems like that's exactly what we've been saying about Cleveland. Why would they go there?
But here's my thing with James Harden, and I'll give him credit with this. He has the ability to be a chameleon because if he is the second, third, and fourth option, I think it's great for him. I don't like it when he's called to be the guy.
Yeah.
The guy. When he was in Brooklyn alongside Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, his ability to now acquiesce to now becoming a playmaker, right, a dime guy, as opposed to simply scoring the basketball, I loved it for him. It's just the fact that health-wise it didn't work out for them. I am so interested to see when he was alongside Joel Embiid, I believe he led the NBA in assists. So his ability to say, you know what, I don't have to be the guy. I have Donovan Mitchell that can be the guy. Maybe I have Giannis that can be the guy. And my job now is simply to set the table. And I think with that, we can kind of change our perspective on what we're expecting out of James Harden in the postseason.
How about this? I do have one thing. Did the NBA finally get it right on the idea? How in the world was Kawhi Leonard not going to be in the All-Star game?
Well, I think we all know the answer to that, Rob.
In L.A.? Like, what was that?
I think we all know the answer to that.
Was that the LeBron?
No, he's talking about you and your lamb chops.
It's not a LeBron thing. Think about this. Okay, first and foremost, he wasn't in the All-Star game because the coaches didn't vote him in the All-Star game.
Players didn't vote.
Okay?
I mean, the fans didn't vote for him.
I know, but I get that because it's a popularity contest. Kawhi Leonard would never be popular. He doesn't play that kind of basketball.
Right.
But when the coaches have an opportunity to vote you in and they choose not to, they just go back to circumventing the salary cap, the investigation that Ballmer and the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard are under now. That's literally the only reason and rationale why Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion, is not an NBA All-Star. There's no other reason that makes sense.
He's having a really good season.
Points a game.
Right.
He's shooting 50, 40, 90. Like he's doing, yeah. So you have to go back to something that transpired off the floor. And I think that's the biggest reason, in my opinion, that Kawhi Leonard's not an NBA All-Star.
The way he talked about it yesterday, I said the same thing. It has to be the other stuff with
Kawhi.
Kawhi.
They added him.
Well.
They added him today. So
and it's at home for him, so maybe that helped a bit. AD, we're on a run, man. Thank you so much as always.
Oh, for sure, fellas. Appreciate y'all.
No doubt. Hey, it's Seattle or New England? Who you got real quick?
Seattle.
Seattle, okay.
All right. Most people on Seattle so far. All right, we'll keep
Everybody can be wrong. It's all right.
We'll keep the tally of this going. AD, thank you, man. Appreciate it as always.
For sure, fellas.
Last call, Rob, 877-99 on Fox. That's what they're going to be saying in a few minutes. Last call for you and all the lamb chops. They're going to be, we ran out of lamb chops. Somebody
I could do 6 off the first batch. Give me 6, and then I'm good to go.
All
6 to start.
That's not exactly how it works there. They kind of bring out like a tray of 6, and you kind of share them with everybody.
I'm not sharing.
All right, well, at least we know in advance. Last call, 877-99 on Fox.
Me and Julie will be biting the same lamb chop. I'm just giving you the heads up.
All right. Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, yo!
LeBron may have put his foot in his mouth once again. Take a listen.
Playing 82 games in the 80s and 90s is not the same as playing 82 games in the 2020s. It's just not. The way we play, the level of pace, the level of the speed that we're playing at, it's a different game now. It's a totally different game. You know, it's a lot of soft tissue injuries that's happened now because of it.
straight Boulder Dash, Poppycock. I mean, come on. Like LeBron, this is where people push away. You know, when you hear this and he's trying to justify and whatnot. We get the injuries and what's going on. People used to get injured there, and it was different defensively. But, Rob G., you did the research, right? Or you found out. You got them, too.
I got the numbers.
And the numbers just don't add up for LeBron, and that's the issue. And that's what we talk about. When you listen to these terrible podcasts and there's nobody there to push back and say, well, that's interesting, LeBron, because back in so-and-so, it's the same, and you're saying you're playing differently. What you got?
Man, let me tell you. You're right, because he is absolutely right what he said. It was
that's why I want
different.
to talk to Rob G. Then.
No, I got the numbers. No, I'm saying he's absolutely right, and that the 80s and 90s was way harder to play in, way more difficult to play in.
That's what I'm saying. All right.
Yeah, because listen, let's talk about the numbers. First of all, LeBron typically. He can be this. He can be polarizing. He can be passive-aggressive. One of the things he normally is very astute when it comes to basketball. His acumen, he knows he's a historian. That's one of the things I appreciate.
How do you say that when he voted for Bronny for the All-Star game?
Well, that's his son. You know what I mean? Nepotism, cronyism.
Yes.
You got to get that done. But, you know, he usually is very well-studied, historically, knows the game. That's one of the things you can at least appreciate about him. This one, he's dead wrong in my opinion for multiple reasons. Number one.
Are we recording this?
The 80s was the absolute, to me, hybrid of the two. You got the fast pace, and he's talking about pacing. Let's talk about the pacing. In the 80s, it was the fastest. In fact, the only pace that they had was 1 year, 87-88, when they had a slower pace. They were at 99.6, which the current pace is at 99.6. After that, you're talking 100.6 to 102.1.
Did he ever watch Showtime?
Showtime. The Celtics, the Pistons, the 76ers with Dr. J, Houston with the Hakeem and Ralph Sampson. The Nuggets, they were going back in the day.
The Nuggets would score 175 points on a regular basis. Yes.
Watch
Alex
this.
English and all those guys. Yes.
Kiki Vanderway. Not only were they playing at a higher pace, what else would you see? Punches, clotheslines, and hard fouls.
And they were physical. You come into the lane, guess what? You're going to get a two-piece and a biscuit.
So they are playing at a faster pace, way more physical. They didn't have commercial airlines. They did not have the advanced medicine and nutrition that they have right now.
They used to ride next to me on the plane.
Right, literally.
When I covered the NBA back then, NBA players sat next to me. We were on commercial flights. Yep. We took 6 a.m. flights out of every city. Like, that was an NBA rule, because back then you didn't come back home and get in your own bed. You would go on a road trip.
Yep.
And you would stay on the road, and you would fly to the next city, and we would be on those flights.
Exactly. So the idea that, it's just so hard now. All y'all do is go 35 feet out and set pick and rolls. Now, if you want to talk about soft tissue issues and why guys are beat up and brutal, I tell you why, and I've been telling this since the duration of me on this show. It's that they only play basketball since they were 6. And that's all they do. And they're playing for their team. They're playing for the travel league. They're playing AAU. Then they play for this team.
That's not what people did. They played all sports.
They played all sports. How many times we hear about guys playing football, baseball, basketball? Oh, I didn't really lock into basketball until my freshman year, because the other years I was playing this. Or in high school, I had to decide which one am I going to finally commit to, because I played all of these sports. That's the issue why guys are beat down, wore out. That's why LaMelo Ball is always injured, and Lonzo Ball is always injured, and Zion's always injured.
And they played 1 million games on the AAU circuit on the weekend.
6 on Saturday, 5 on Sunday. Then I go back to my regular team, and I'm playing too much. But the idea that they're playing faster pace and it's harder. Yeah, right. You have everything catered to you. The best medicine, best nutrition, best travel, best doctors.
I don't remember any masseuses traveling when I was covering the NBA in the 80s. I don't remember. I don't even remember. There was some fat guy in there rubbing you down after a game.
That's all about the best you got. What was the dude with the Pistons for all those 30, 40 years? What was his name? Mike
Abdenauer.
Abdenauer, exactly.
But that's a good call for you. Very good. Mike Abdenauer.
Yeah. So I'm blown away with this one, LeBron. It's a big miss, because they played at a faster pace throughout the duration of the 80s. They played much more physical basketball. They didn't have the advancement of medicine and technology. So I don't get where he's going. And guys do. And then your guy, Joe Dumars, came out and said they're saying there's no more when it comes to the load management, there's no significant data that concludes that you're better off with load management. know where we going. Okay, it's going to come in eventually. It's the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. On a Trash Talking Tuesday. AD, thanks to Antonio Daniels for joining us. Rob G will get that up on the podcast. Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry toilet paper and wondered to yourself, is this as good as it gets? Well, it's not. Switch to life-changing Wet Extra Large Flushable Dude Wipes because wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and at major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down. Before we get to our last call, Rob, thank you. A round of applause, Alex. Thank you to you, the subscribers. You right there pointing to YouTube. We have made 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. We couldn't have done it without you. That means a lot. And I was just telling the guys, especially considering a lot of you already follow Fox Sports Radio, so you can already follow them. To still separately follow the Odd Couple, that means a lot to us. So we asked for 20,000. You guys did it and got it.
Appreciate that.
So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
We appreciate that. All right. With that being said, it is now time for last call.
This is the last
call.
Last call. What we got, Rob?
MJ in New Orleans, you are Alex? No.
You are the last call.
You are the last caller here on the Odd Couple, Fox
there we
Sports
go.
Radio.
MJ in New Orleans, what's up, buddy?
Well, we met him a year ago.
Yes.
Today, a year ago.
What's going on, man? What's going on, man? Met y'all a year ago at the same time, man. I had to sneak in with security, man. Let's not forget, man.
That's right. But I saw people walking around here. Did they get tickets? How'd they come in here? There were people with cameras. Well, they wouldn't have any badges on. We saw people in here.
Well, a lot of people tuck their badge, too. I think, my bad. Once I get in, you know how you do. Come on, man. Act like a cool kid.
All right, go ahead, MJ. What you got for us, my man? That's right. A year ago we met.
What up to my beignet brothers? I see I got Rob Jesus sitting on the side of y'all, man. Hey, man, I got a little bone to pick with that guy, LeBron James, with a 22nd All-Star campaign averaging blah, blah, blah. A 41-year-old playing his lowest scoring season. He was selected as a reserve, a.k.a. the B team, in the 2026 game, which he might show up, might play, might not. Who knows?
Now, that's true.
Noted for managing his workload and avoiding back-to-back games, shooting 50.5%, which is 30th ranking in the league, is 31st. It's Fugazi, it's Boulder Dash, and all these other things. Coaches felt sorry. It's not no Michael Jordan relevance as far as All-Star games, yada, yada, yada. Michael Jordan played 82 games the last season. And we stop with this. Come on.
All right.
No doubt, MJ. Appreciate it. A year ago down in New Orleans.
15.
Had some beignets and some good food.
It's time to set
Speaking
that
of good food,
record.
12 lamb chops. We'll film it.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike.